Thank you.
Hoopst. Wheerpst.
Sorry, I tried to cover my mouth.
Well, it wasn't super audible, just a bit audible.
It worked mostly. Anyway, hi, this is GenSekai. I mean,
Hi,
you
everybody.
knew
I
that because you
apologize for
clicked the
that,
button, but like
genuinely.
we like to recenter ourselves. We're doing GenSekai right now. That's what we're doing. This
We're gonna go
thing
kill a chicken.
is brought to you by the people in the place with the stuff, with the money, like Adam Hart, Black G, Call Me Zed, Carlos, Dragon, Ferris, Iceberg, Jerry Vasquez, JD Venus, Just the Fae, John Sandoval, Starlight, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Region Raptor, Rise of Kenji, Rogue Robin, Charvor, Shumpire, some guy named Bob, and Varian the Crow. If you like, we do want to see some more, consider supporting on Patreon. I had to like pause for half a second and recenter myself because I was, gesturing as I'm calling out the names and my chair is wiggling. Okay, all right. Dallas says he doesn't have the most assist time in the world, so we're going to try and keep a little more on the ball in the game times. You have been tasked to slay the deadly creature known as the Dog Phoenix and the One Who Crows.
I have it written down in my notes. Must slay Pojo the chicken.
The Basan, the Fire Rooster. So all of you guys are grouped up with the Faeries and their hive. You have been passed a guide.
Yeah.
Beatrix, the junior most queen. Gwen is with you.
So they're So they're not like normal bees then.
Also, actually,
Oh no, wait,
Dallas,
no,
that
bees
is like
do
normal
have
bees.
junior
Yeah,
queens.
they have
Never
junior
mind.
queens.
Yeah.
They just usually don't have multiple junior queens.
Yeah, this is a little different, but yeah. Anyway, so first of all, any sort of pre-preparation of the rites you want to do before going hunting?
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
we talk to anyone who might know anything about the Basan and its capabilities?
I'm pretty sure a couple of your guys have already rolled dungeoneering on it.
Oh, okay. I do not remember.
If you don't recall what you got out of that, I mentioned, they're big. It's a Sil 1 creature, so it's about the size. It's as tall as a man.
Gasp.
With, voluminous multicolored plumage. It's got a very loud, piercing cry. It can breathe fire. It is aspected to fire mana, so you probably don't want to use fire against it. And yeah, other than that, it's just like it does things like a normal chicken does, but bigger.
Yeah. So they're aggressive and they smell like shit.
And they usually have a bunch of birds as their posse.
Yes, you were warned there may be a bird gang.
Oh, you mean this thing?
Yes.
Real chickens depends on stuff.
Yes. Dallas, did you have something you wanted to do beforehand?
Yes. I would like to, while Lucky is checking in with people, if he was going to, or Porter rather, I need to meditate to try and find a source for a spell I want to cast. I have an ability that makes it very useful to do this before combat.
Okay.
So I would like to, since use my geomancy to try and sense if there are any remains on this island.
You don't have to roll. I will tell you now. Humanoid remains? No.
No. I didn't. Doesn't have to be humanoid. It just has to be bones.
I mean, you could roll, but I think I would simplify this. Yeah, there's some chicken bones. You think you know where those are? That is, in fact, it. Unless you want to go into the ocean and get some fish bones. The only other animal-type mobs I have described are giant bumblebees, which are chitness.
Yeah, they're chitinous.
Clickiness.
What do I do about this?
I mean, you just don't use component casting.
Oh, I can still conjure it even if I don't have remains available?
Yeah. There's no material
Okay.
without the component casting. There's no actual material components to.
Okay, I'm going to
Spells.
summon my what is eventually going to be my signature spell.
Are you sure you want to do this right now? In the middle of the B zone.
No, not in the middle of the B zone.
Okay.
Probably one before we get to the chicken, though. Definitely, because
Yes.
I can hold it for 24 hours.
I wanted to double check with everybody before we leave.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, he has to summon undead, so he was probably wanting to double check if there was bones.
Yeah, it has to be.
He
Specifically, the ability Necromancy requires the conjurer to be undead to function.
Yeah, it has to be an undead creature you conjure. But no, you don't. You do not actually require the actual like immediately accessible components to do that. You can make it work with other stuff, because hypothetically you could like summon.
I'm just gonna say I have a storage
wings.
bank.
You've got a few things. Okay. But yes, then before you guys leave the B area, for lack of a better term, is there anything else you guys want to do?
No. I personally
Can't
can't
think
think
of
of
anything.
anything.
All right. Okay. In that case, Beatrix will, start, off, leading you towards where the Basan is.
Okay.
Oh, Basan.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
obviously, but after we leave the sanctuary, I am going to cast your conjure. So I get to add summon ally for free.
Mhm.
But this is a grand summon, so I think it's still 3 difficulty.
Oh, my spell cards are not up. Oh no.
Yeah.
Ironically, Loth, that is actually what it's called in the notes.
I mean, with
The
the
quality is called
description of what I've put for this particular creature, it's not unlike a specific Grand Servant. It is a giant skeletal knight, so... Yeah.
Dallas is going to summon a Dark Souls boss.
Will it have more than one set of arms? Don't think
No.
about that answer. Just make your damn roll.
I'm rolling.
Calculating.
Don't worry. I'm doing math.
He's doing spell math. While Morticia prepares to cast it up, you guys are moving out. You're leaving kind of the northern the northern tip of the island. Because remember, the island is
Petal shaped.
shaped in a certain way, like a flower.
Shaped. Excuse me.
You guys are walking back across the central areas and stuff. There is, I think, as you guys were Porter just kind of wandered where the wind may take him. Actually looking towards the center of the island, there is kind of a little like natural spring of mineral water here. There appear to be maybe a couple of water fairies chilling in there who give you the side eye, but they see that you are with one of the Faeries, so they don't really bother you.
Mhm.
And you head towards the southern side of the island.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait till we're outside of densely populated area to do this.
Yep, that's fair. Probably when you get to the south area. Okay, so you've pulled it off.
So a absolutely hulking creature made of twisted dead tree roots and human and other bones strewn about it forms. It is a large humanoid clad in black metal. It's still 3, so it big.
He's a big boy.
And I'm gonna jump on its shoulder.
Yep, you can easily do that.
Morticia.
You used the giant skeleton
Yeah.
template for this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's giant skeleton. I've just renamed it Wickerbone Colossus.
Yeah.
Because I have a thing.
Morticia,
How
did you just summon an
brand?
undead?
Kind of. It's only half an undead. No actual souls were used in this.
Just slows pan into Porter's face as he squints.
No. She's being honest. She doesn't deal with souls. It's primal energies animating their corpse.
Hasn't she done something like this before? Am I thinking about something Mortis did?
No, we didn't actually do that.
No.
No,
Oh.
I haven't summoned this particular thing before. I summoned what were they? Like twisted dead dryads, basically, to help move the fish on the boat.
Yeah, that seemed more like, dead wood constructs than, undead.
Yeah, no, this is undead, but it is not. I give you my solemn word. This is not. God, what's the in-universe term for this? Demonology? Is it demonology?
Yeah. The skill name got changed to Infernal, but it's
Okay,
not demonic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not demonic.
All right then.
It's not any weirder than Snickersnack, which, admittedly, is a little weird.
That is not a high bar,
But
still.
You
right.
know what? True enough. Snookersnack is a good horse, and he doesn't have any flesh.
Nay.
Ryahn takes out a scarf and ties it around his face, his nose and mouth.
Oh, I don't
It
think
does
this
not smell
thing
like flesh.
smells.
It
It's
does
not.
smell like damp wood.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not. I
That's
know
whatever.
Marsha does have a rot thing, but this guy is not described as explicitly rotting. He's made of
Oh no, there's no flesh.
I know, Ryahn is doing it as a sign of his displeasure.
That's fair.
Oh, sorry about that. Lead on, miss. Your Majesty.
No problem at all. I have to remember my tiny voice. Sadly, I can't do my tiny high-pitched voice and do like a bee buzz voice at the same time. It's too hard.
Just gotta activate the reverb. Well, gotta get a voice modulator. Activate the reverb.
I mean, I probably should get some voice effects to up my fucking GM game because there's a lot of stuff I could do. Anyway, you guys are moved towards the southern side of the island. As you move into this area, the terrain actually kind of changes a little. It goes from the kind of like giant flower garden effect, with these enormous tree-sized flowers, with tall grasses and low shrubs and berry bushes. The terrain gets a little more rocky, a little more uneven, and kind of the plant life kind of pivots. It turns into like a hollow, hilly area. So like the plants start to shift from nice spring or summertime meadow flowers to like a little thicker, a little closer to more jungly type terrain that you guys actually might expect on an island in the middle of the inland sea. You start to get thick reeds, rattan, dense jungle ferns, and like I said, there are some small clusters of like rocky outcrops and very short hills.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, as you're moving through this terrain, it is concealment 2, and it counts as difficult terrain. It is thick.
I am unimpeded. Just funny to me.
Yeah, that's what you do. You're Ranger. You, Ranger, me, GM. But basically, at this point, I'll ask you guys how you want to handle this. Beatrix knows roughly where its lair is. Do you just want to go up to the lair of the dread beast and, like, yell at it to come out? Or would you like to do something a little more, hunty stalkery?
You want to bait it out, or do you want to like just put it in a trap?
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, my modus operandi is usually just, run up to him and be like, hey, what you doing there? I don't know if he...
Pretty straightforward.
Oh, excuse me. But if you have something else you want to try, I'm all for it. Nope.
I just need like I think there's 6 months. Like, do I have any lures left?
Yeah, it's a good question. Do you have any lure flasks?
I don't think I do.
I would like to point out, if you are considering stealthier options, you are currently accompanied by a giant skeleton man tree.
True. anyway, we could just, I guess, challenge it to come out, so at least it's in the open.
Well, if I remember correct, didn't they say these things were territorial?
Yep.
As long as it knows
Indeed.
we're here, it probably won't be. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just she said, "Indeed,
Yeah, as
it
long
has
as we make
attacked
it known.
everyone who has entered the clearing."
Just go into the clearing and imitate a rooster.
Well, actually, an idea we can do here is if one of us makes, some of us can conceal ourselves, and one of us can make enough racket, the Basan can come out and try to attack the foe, and then we can choose a. Sorry, my porter voice is causing me a bit of distress here. It's like, then we can basically lure it to a arena of our choosing. We don't have to necessarily be fancy with traps and stuff. We'll just pick the battlefield, and our positions ahead of time.
We could all. A suggestion in mind is we could let Morticia with her golem bring it out, and we all just float in the air high above, and then we just come back down when it's to surprise it.
Floating.
Gwen raises a finger.
Fine, we'll share the carpet.
It's like, I was thinking we just, like, there's a lot of thick brush around here, Leona.
True.
Wouldn't it just be easier just,
Ambush.
I'm sorry, my immediate thought was hit control to crouch.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, yeah, I was thinking it was like, when I think of clearing, I think of like open sky. My bad.
I mean, you're not in a clearing, is the thing.
No, yes, there is no clearing.
Yeah, Mega says we're in
Beatrix
difficult terrain.
mentioned is a clearing, probably near its lair.
I would like to say I am not in difficult terrain.
Yeah,
I'm
try
in fact above difficult terrain.
Graham, did I
Is your skeleton swift?
No, but it has a good athletic score.
I mean, it's true. It still would be slowed by the difficult
Oh,
terrain.
yeah,
That
no,
just
it'll be
increases
slow.
the maneuvers. But
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
I could cast Landstrider, and if I get a fair amount of people, everyone can just be all like, no.
It does also have a very silly ranged attack.
But
Just like about a buff.
like I said, I personally don't think it's good to fight it on its territory. I think we just get close enough. We set up in the jungle somewhere. I will cast Landstrider so we can move around with ease. We hide. Morticia and her friend make a bunch of rackets. The Basan comes out. We slap it with everything we got, and we have yakitori for dinner tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. So, first things first. We need to exactly find the Basan's lair. Won't do for us to be making a racket where it can't hear us.
right.
Okay, we're tracking it then.
Very well. I shall lead you directly to its lair.
Thank you.
I feel like there were some extra steps involved here that were not necessary, but that's okay. As
Alright,
the bee
stay-
flies
stay
farther
here,
away.
Gregory.
What extra steps?
Yeah,
I wonder if there's an
will,
encounter table or something.
join the scouting crew on foot.
Alright.
Gregory will stay here.
I will not join the scouting group.
I
Neither
don't think
will
you have a
Ryahn.
stealth score.
Oh, okay. So this is a good question. So some of you are going to follow Beatrix in stealth.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, to be absolutely sure, I would like you to roll me a stealth check versus 2 reds.
May I substitute something before that?
Probably not. No, unless you have a talent that says you can roll something else instead of stealth.
Well, no, I was going to transform before I did my stealth check.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to get
Yeah,
some aid
I'm
on
gonna
that.
turn
Yeah.
into a squirrel.
Okay. I don't think I have a profile for that, but we can work that out. It's fine.
I'll just
think I
use
have
the stealthiest tiny vermin thing I can
I
find.
think I have a rat score somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, zombie squirrel.
Be a dubstep squirrel.
What about if you're a
Zombie
dapper squirrel?
dubstep squirrel. No. The dubstep one is the giant scarab god.
Well, no, it's just that's always the thing I always remember from Battle Tendency when Cars just makes the squirrel.
Oh, right.
And then it just starts killing people with fucking dubstep playing in the background. It's like, whoa.
All right, I'm a rat.
Also, by the way, speaking of stealth, Gwen is fucking gone.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Technically, she may have been gone when you first suggested what you were doing. And I may have been fuddling with my dice for a while. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Which successfully transforms.
2 reds, right?
Yes.
What's
Any
the-
boost for concealment?
2.
Where did I put
2 concealment.
I have the monster document somewhere.
Wow.
Okay, so I have a stealth of 3.
That is a lot of fucking advantage.
That's a score.
Well, that's what happens when Leona rolls 5 boost dice on stealth.
I got 3 and an extra 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, my roll is going to be less than that, I assume.
Can
But yeah, I physically.
I anybody
cannot
manage
do
to
that.
help her out about that? To help Morticia on this?
Although you do have a despair, which is
Also,
very fun.
1, no, you got a despair. But also,
So just cancel everything else. Okay.
no, you're still stealthy, but you probably aren't going to be helping with something because some shit's going on. She also got a despair, but a
And
failure.
no success.
Fucking why?
Whoa, zombie squirrel!
It's gonna be fucking weird.
This is about how I expected today to go.
This is
Yeah.
gonna go poorly.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna be like very far apart, and some stuff's gonna happen. So and also I literally I don't think you're supposed to roll 12 advantage in this game. I have no idea what to do with all of that. It's very nice. Good for you. At some point it stops mattering.
I got
don't-
4 advantage.
Yeah. So Gwen, by the way, I like I said, I was rolling my physical dice off screen for a sec to get in there. Actually, honestly, probably because you'd need I think you need a rival stat block, not a minion stat block. Probably the best thing to do is to look at the stat block for a house cat Dallas in the core book.
Oh, okay.
Because that'll like all of my shocking, I know, all of my small rodent stat blocks are minions. They're supposed to attack you in like swarms.
I don't have the core rulebook. Can someone send me the PDF of that?
Yeah, somebody can link them again. I'm sure somebody's got it open.
I do.
But so basically, like I said, Gwen rolled like 2 success, a triumph, and like 3 or 4 of her own advantage.
Nice.
Even though she got double threat, double failures on the red dice. And I didn't even roll the blue dice, so she probably did better.
I think I know what the despair result for both of us could be.
No, let's not postulate. Let's just go forward. You only got a couple hours.
So, like I said, before you guys even finish this discussion, Gwen just melts into the woods, into this like baby jungle. You guys set out after her. You guys are following along. Beatrix, who's leading you straight to the point. You guys do, especially because you guys rolled a lot of advantage, get close to where its lair is before anything goes horribly wrong. You do, in fact, see a small clearing, very minimal space. There's a slightly larger than normal pile of rocks that forms kind of an overhang that makes just enough of a little, like, cave. And you do see some, like, straw and reed that has been, like, plucked and kind of piled up into a nest at the floor. And you see, like, just enough of that there's actually something, going on in there to look back and explore. Beatrix does the smart thing and, like, pulls up short. And then at that exact moment, Morticia, you take a ill-placed step You stepped on a normal chicken. The trees are filled with the sounds of angry chickens as a mob of a lot of these, black feral chickens suddenly appear in the underbrush around Morticia, absolutely destroying her attempt at stealth. Leona, you're very stealthy. You're not in the way of this. But behind you, you can hear basa, 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 just rust, 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 rust. Something is moving through the jungle behind you fast.
I flee back to the area.
I
where
park
we
forward
were.
to the top of a tree. I'll take the 2 straight.
There are no trees.
Oh,
It's tall reeds, tall rattan, and ferns.
Yeah, I'm gonna book it back to where we were.
I think
I
you
will
are
run to
still
Greg.
too heavy as a silhouette one creature to climb even a very tall reed.
no,
plant.
that's fair. I think it's then
I can
massive
climb the reeds.
side dash.
I'm a
Side.
fucking
I'm just gonna I guess.
Just gonna dive out of the way.
I'm gonna dive away and just make myself blend in.
Okay. That sounds like I want you to make me really quick Leona, make me an average coordination check to just reflexively tumble.
Okay.
Morticia, make me this will be an athletics check of some sort. Let me guesstimate on the difficulty here. How tough are these chickens? Not very. Give me an easy athletics check
Okay.
to sprint back to the rest of the crew.
Hold on, I need to look up what the brawl for this is, or brawn for this is. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Easy is 1 pip, right?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I should probably say you didn't step on a chicken. It's more like you probably bump face to face into one in the underbrush, and it's just like, who the fuck?
Flee!
All right. So despite being untrained, Leona, you are very agile. You do the thing, instinctively you want to do.
I have
Big
as a skill.
X
I just didn't point
prompt
something.
appears over your head, and you just whoosh, side dive into a bush.
Ow, fuck.
Morticia, as a squirrel, just fucking whoop, is gone. You jump through a couple of reed bushes, do a fucking flying somersault, and get out of the way. These chickens have no idea what the fuck is happening. So you're rushing back to those guys, who are probably way too fucking far away to understand any of this is going on.
Yarp.
So we'll come back to you in a second. This leaves Leona and presumably Gwen, there as like I said, from behind you, Leona, the Basan blitzes out of the underbrush, just boom, pops out of these piles of ferns and reeds and stuff, and just power slides into the clearing. Gnashes its beak, click, 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 stomp, 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 stomp. Tilts its head, looks around.
Image, in the tortoise position. It's looking through the reeds. It's
It's intense, burning gaze, glances around. And it's gonna roll a perception check.
If it helps at all, I'm not stealthing anymore.
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with you. You're fine. You left. You're not here anymore. Don't worry about it.
if I anything that upgrades my stuff, do they get a downgrade if they want to use it against me?
That would upgrade their difficulty, but it's not looking for you.
Okay.
You're hidden. You're fine. You. While I did hit you with a despair, you did roll 4 success and 12 advantage. You're still hidden. You haven't done anything to break stealth because you managed to move out of the way and not physically
Alright, where's
collide with
Beatrice?
your
Oh,
enemy.
right. We were with a bee person.
That's Beatrice.
Yeah,
I'm a squirrel. I can't do anything about that.
and she's not very stealthy.
Oh, and Leona's gonna have to do a dumb thing.
Yes, as you're looking, it looks slightly up and above to where Morticia as a squirrel was. Squirrelticia. And just hovering there is Beatrice, and the boss are just kind of like You've never seen a giant chicken chuckle, but it does. And it's going to, gnash its legs and stuff. And Beatrice kind of just looks around, is like, where the fuck did everybody go? Draws her little, sewing needle rapier and cries in a tiny voice, "Avant, villain!"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So we're going to...
Leona's gonna go with a link bro. It's like, or link bead. It's in the clearing. We gotta move. It's gonna attack Beatrice.
Okay. In that case, I would like all of you to roll initiative. By the way, those of you who are not Leona, you are at extreme range. You're very far away.
I think I'm closer than extreme range.
You're
Long?
probably at long, yeah. You only did like one turn
Yeah.
of fucking full-ass sprinting. But still, you're a ways away, and you're a squirrel, unless you drop that.
I'm definitely, if that comes over the radio, I'm gonna drop that.
Wait, this is a very good question. Did you pick the extra where you can still access, well, you still have your gear?
Yes.
Okay, all right, yes.
Because, hey, spoiler, this was not a very hard check as far as the silicon was concerned.
No,
It's
that's
very
true.
tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still 0, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, let's roll some bones. Big boy
Okay, bad
Roosty.
reaction.
I
think he's
assume-
anticipating this.
I
so
mean, the
he's gonna
chicken
roll
kind of
cool.
ambushed us, so I'm gonna roll vigilance.
Yeah, I was like, this was not the plan, so vigilance.
Oh,
Yeah, it was not the
Yeah.
plan, but now I'm gonna. We gotta make sure you save her life.
honestly, my vigilance is worse, but I'm still rolling it because
No, that makes
I'm surprised.
sense. You guys are not
Damn.
prepared for this.
But I'm still prepared, even though I am not.
We go to that.
Brain. Okay, there it is. I forgot how to do things for a second. But,
Right.
Oh, so I was
I'll
think it was
eventually
gonna
get
go
to
for-
adjusting Gwen's stat block as she does more, but her current default of just roguish is not good at initiative.
I am. I already have one string.
Is the bus on at least very visible?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's in the
I think-
clearing still, so it
do we
kind of
like-
came out there. Also, I said I'm not very good, and then I rolled great.
I guess you got 2 slots for the thing, and I assume the like the other chickens are far away too.
No, well, they're in it. They're in it.
Oh,
Why would they not be in it? Morticia ran away from them, not the other way around.
Morticia stepped
Okay.
away, stepped on one.
fair.
Bumped into
Well,
one.
no, like I said, she was a squirrel at the time, so like I said, probably more like had a sudden, smacked your face into them.
Look, I thought the plan was to lead that back to where we were.
Yes, roughly.
Yeah.
Probably with a
So
little more
that's why I
coordination.
immediately started doubling back. But
But Axe just.
we are where we
hid.
are now.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not only it, but also, yeah, I mean, Gwen is still there as well. But yes, the point is that some of you were like hanging around and
I
not
was too
retreating.
good
Some
at
of you
running.
retreated,
I
and
should have
Beatrice was just
failed
kind of
my
like,
athletics check on
what's going on?
purpose.
All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the initiative roll I need to make for those chickens.
Honestly, I was
'cause
just
no, I
waiting
rolled
to-
that yellow green I just rolled like amazing. That was for Gwen
Nice.
because Zach's saying I was gonna do 2 slots. The chickens are not rolling fucking yellow green, okay?
Like I said, 2 slots before the Basan.
Well, you broke up a little. I didn't hear that.
Sorry,
part. What you
I meant 2 PC slots.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
It's
they
not
don't
2
have any
slots
initiative
before the
skills,
Basan. It's
so they're
2
just gonna
slots before
roll.
an enemy.
Nope, that won't help. I need to actually hit. I need to actually hit the G key. Yes, okay, that sounds about right.
Omega, I have a
All right.
question. What?
Yes.
What is the what is the cost to summon Grandpa? Wait, actually, no. Was Grandpa out already? I don't remember.
I don't remember if you let Grandpa out. I think you did.
All
But
right.
also, it should be in the notes for the amulet. I think it's an incidental either way.
Didn't he ask to be put? No, that was
No.
where we were the
He
other
Like-
Who was there? Probably at the
Yeah,
beach.
I think I did. Yeah, no, I did because I remember I left him out on deck because I made the comment. Yeah, but Grandpa's no Pegasus, and he was just like, "Oi."
Yeah, no, it's the ship he was uncomfortable around. That's what it was.
No, it was not that he was uncomfortable with it. He doesn't want to be out in like cities and roads because he can't necessarily fit. That's what it was.
Yeah. When you're in open terrain, that's fine. He also doesn't give a shit about difficult terrain. Okay, so now I need to
Well, he just didn't
collate
like
the
the,
contents. So. Baha. Baba. Nada.
I need to
And
read
technically,
what
I
something
managed to
does
roll
first.
one for Gwen to be in the front.
Oh dear.
So you have APC slot.
I'd like to go.
As the person. Okay.
Yeah, you're closest.
I'm gonna do something really fucking stupid, but here we go.
Oh boy.
Why is this stupid?
I'm gonna go with because all of them are right there.
No,
Looking,
no,
but
let her cook.
Go for it.
oh fuck
Go
off.
for it.
Axe,
I was encouraging you, Axe. What the hell?
If you're concerned about
Get
your
no
wound
respect.
ratio, I would like to remind you that currently Morticia is a house cat. Or a house cat stat line.
Also,
Anyway, what are you
it is
doing?
never stupid to help someone in need, Axe.
No, it's more. I was probably gonna go melee. I was gonna melee the demon chicken.
Okay.
Whatever
melee
floats
the
your boat,
demon
go
chicken.
for it. It's your call. You wanted the ball, you've got it.
It's short for me, right?
Yeah, you're all in there.
All right.
If you had some sort
Yeah.
of sneak attack based talent, that might actually matter. But
No, I don't have a tree. That tree's also the dual wielding tree, so I don't. All right, short. Quick draw.
Yep.
Kisukikawa. I'm going to move engage with the chicken.
All right.
I am now going to activate my heroic ability.
Okay. If that is just, or at least I think you guys have enough points, you can make that just an incidental.
Yeah, make it incidental into 1. So I just mark that down.
And make sure to hit the point. Yep.
As Leona basically walks out of the brush. Sorry.
No, go finish.
Okay. Walks out the brush. Slowly draws the blade. And takes a deep breath as if she's waking out of a dream.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you use quick draw. I don't know if you want to slowly draw the sword, but okay. Deep breath. I like it. Focus.
A deep breath and a
Fingers on
spark of
chin.
lightning.
Hmm?
She puts the blade. She swings the blade to the side. Turns it. Grips it. And with her other hand, pulls the knot of her hair and it flows out.
Okay. One-headed side grip.
As her hair grows out, she says a poem to herself. The saint has no need for limits, but a wingless dragon can achieve heaven.
Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. He's adversary 1 and has 2 melee defense.
All right. That was exploded.
Oh, rip. Well, keep going. It's not his turn.
All right.
Allergies are acting up. I think I may have to go take a second to get some water in my eyes.
As everyone, I'm gonna remove that 1 red because I can remove that from Prodigy.
Okay. If that's how that works, sure.
Yeah. And a setback. I can remove a setback.
Does that remove the results or the die?
The die. Or it's for the results, actually.
Okay,
The
then
result.
yeah. So you should save that part.
Okay.
You still have to roll them. I was about to say because I feel like just even for heroic ability, just removing the dice before you roll them is not great. It's a little intense. Also, by the way, I want to preface this for the people at home. Axe said this would be a stupid idea, and watch, he's going to one-shot this chicken.
I think we talked about that, how Axe always tries to play himself down.
He's always so negative on himself, man.
I just thought they were going to focus fire me after this. But we'll see.
They're fucking chickens. What are you afraid of?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, there you go. That's a good answer. Axe, please roll some dice.
Okay.
What are you afraid of? I don't know. All right, we'll just move past it.
All right, two melee defense?
Yes. You don't got to worry about settlebacks or anything else. Like,
God.
Concealment or anything. Oh, is D1 okay? Dallas is not okay. Is D1 okay?
Is the server just going weird?
There it goes.
There we go.
All right, yeah, I think we just might have had some.
Oh god, it's taking a bit.
It'll roll it out.
Okay.
I see a lot of success.
Stopped. Yep, just straight up 6 success.
I'm going to ignore to make it to make that 7 success to advantage.
Yeah,
yes,
sense.
that is a thing you can do. All right, what is your base damage?
Oh, is
Dallas is back.
that's 7. But actually, it's but my heroic makes I can add +2 to one of my attacks per turn, so that's 9. So it'd be 15.
Okay.
Pierce
Probably 2.
3 on this
Okay,
thing.
3. All right, so he only gets 2 soak. So that becomes a 13.
Lost Dallas again.
All right, so he's not immediately obliterated. But it was a real concern.
I am now going to
success.
crit with it.
Yep, roll it up.
It's also this thing is a beast, right?
Yes, this is an.
Oh right,
animal.
there's actually one more boost I should get because I thought you might go for that.
Mm-hmm. You're really asking a lot from the guy right now, X. Especially because you're gonna have to roll a crit in a second.
I am. Be
I hope it's blank.
I hope it is too. It'd be funny.
Just for your hubris. It was.
It is. Okay. All right. It'd be Chris +30 because I get +10 against beasts.
Yep.
And this thing is
What blade are you using?
Ketsukawa.
Oh.
I think it's just 2, so it'd be +30.
Yep.
Oh god.
He's gonna take him a while. It's just like the rest of the dice roll. It's gonna take him a second. He has to roll the dice.
Just think about it.
It's okay. All this time is just so we can let Dallas figure out whatever the hell's he doing. Hopefully he didn't blow up another computer.
I rolled really low.
2.
All right, D1, now I need you to tell me what that is. I mean, I can go look it up in the chart, but that's your job, is to tell me what the crit result is.
42, bowled over. The target is knocked prone and suffers 1 strain.
All right,
I strike it in the leg.
Nemesis, so I will actually keep track of that strain. However, the enemy is not knocked prone.
Oh.
Because he is immune to being knocked prone.
Okay.
He is a proud bird. But he does hang the crit and the strain on him.
Stand
so
tall.
you go for a low leg sweep, and this chicken just kind of like shoulder checks you. It still takes the brunt of your blow. You feel, your blade side through feathers, through skin, through sinew, through flesh, through bone. And there's a beautiful artistic spray of red across the green jungle. And the chicken's not happy about that. But you were pretty sure you should have, severed a tendon or, maybe, body checked one of its knee joints. And this bird just kind of, tucks and rolls with it and springs up to its feet. And it just kind of does that, bird thing where it rustles all its feathers up real big. All right. Okay. Dallas is still in the process of exploding. I'm going to pause the recording for a second. And like I said, go splash some water in my eyes because they're really itchy all of a sudden. I'll be right back.
All right. Pause.
Hopefully Dallas will be right back soon. Ooh, move to engage. Do you want to take a second maneuver? I have resumed recording, by the way.
I have as well.
I would like to give it to Ushiwata.
Okay, sure.
I'd like him to cast a spell on me.
What spell?
I'd like him to cast Augment on me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, you know his dice pool.
I do.
I can't roll for him because you Axe, you're balancing me a little right now. I would like to augment. Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's it.
Whatever you work on that.
Uh,
Go for it.
I probably can't do haste on this one, so it's probably just going to be. It's gotta be 4 though.
And then also after this is resolved, whoever is next on deck should be thinking about this.
I'll probably go.
Yeah, I already know I've done. Oh,
Grandpa is pretty fast.
He's not the fastest, sis, but
D1 is also having problems with Discord right now.
just must be Discord wide.
yeah, I think
It could be.
is.
There's been server outages before.
I think yeah, extra 1 for the range.
Actually, this is where's that?
Actually, I mean, I no, actually, I have a good question. You want to give him his action? So I presume he's taking a maneuver or something to stop being a bracelet.
Yes.
Okay, and then he's probably engaged with you.
Oh, okay. Then it'll just be. I'll just remove purple then later when it loads in.
So wait, you can get up to the combat?
I was short from it.
Yeah, remember he
No, I'm
didn't run.
talking
He
to
just
Lucky.
fucking hid.
I'm talking to Lucky.
Oh, I know I can't get to her in there, but Grandpa ignores difficult terrain and gets 2 free maneuvers. So that'll put me at least at long.
Yeah.
Okay.
What distance are you at?
Long.
I'm at long and I can attack it from here, which is what I was just gonna do. But if you want to go first, that's fine.
What's the
Hey.
action amount? What's the action amount? A maneuver?
Yes.
Then I have to spend 2 strain to give Grandpa an action double maneuver. Technically, I
You
guess
also
I
wanna
could
do your
attack for
action.
long. No, I guess it's fine if you want to go and just attack for long. That's fine.
I just want to say, if you're looking at the enmity chart right now, Leona's at the top of it.
Yeah.
Whenever this,
And hopefully, I can hit the if I hit the stupid thing with enough advantage, then I can just teleport to it.
also true. Yeah, I don't know if D1 is like
I
allowed.
would just use the GeneSys roller then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, D1's not online. Axe, you're
Yeah.
not getting that rollback.
No, that's fine.
Oh, is it just gone? Oh, not gone.
Yeah, he's offline. Look at him.
Oh shit, he is.
Where he died.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just send a screenshot
Your
of my
poetry
picture.
also killed D1.
I have full dice. That's not technically true because Axe successfully rolled dice between that. There are a few Discord
Delete
outages
that.
reported, but it's mostly offline. I wonder if it's just they did like a client-side update or something.
Yeah. I know the browser version. Browser version.
Bowser version.
All right, okay, you are augmented. The first time he does that, he doesn't have to take strain.
Yeah, it's augmented and enhanced, so that should increase. I think it's extra green element things I do.
I had a question. I do have a question, Omega. It's a rules one.
Yeah.
Does the vicious quality have a cap?
No.
Okay.
I think that's a just. I'll just have him do maneuver. It does maneuver there, and can't do extra ones. Can he? I don't think he can.
I mean, yeah, he can.
All right, then I'll start playing instrument.
He can only take 2 for. Okay, you'll have him also anthem. All right.
So that's it.
Okay, it is now the next PC slot.
I would like to shoot it in the face.
All right.
I'm feeling my turn will be much faster.
Okay.
I'm going to use a story point to activate Darkling casting. And then do 2 wounds to myself to activate blood magic. So how do I do story point? Do I just do...
Exclamation
I mean, it's not
story
going to
L.
work because,
Oh.
again, D1 is still offline.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right.
We'll just have to
So
keep
just-
track. So you guys,
keep
Leona
track.
already used a story point, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll write it down.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're at 3L2D.
Okay, and
And you're going to use
I
one?
can add... I'll just add the threat in to this on my head, because I get to add 3 advantage and 2 successes to the roll.
Yes.
So now we're at
I'm
2L3D.
just doing it at... What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
doing
it's
a
spending another-
normal ass an attack with deadly on it, because I get it for free.
All right. But also, you should probably be adding some shit for long
Oh
range.
yeah, I'm adding 2 range components.
Right.
Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
then
it
it makes
starts
one of my
at,
dice
starts at
red.
short.
Yes, it is an adversary 1, so you add 1 red to this.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 purple, 1 red, 2 green, 3 yellow.
So let me check its defense stat, how that's listed.
If it has any magical defense,
Man, that's really out of sync. No idea what got lost with that one. Yes, it does still apply its 2 defense to this.
okay, 2 separate. Oh. Well, okay then.
We've either
So I
died or
get
we're great.
no, I got 3 advantage, 3 6. This is with adding.
Yep.
I can screenshot. How do I screenshot this?
Clipping tool.
It's fine.
The fastest
your
way, I
math.
believe, is Windows Shift S.
Okay, Windows Shift F. So this is no, that's a different key for me.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I can just tell you, I rolled a triumph, a success, and 1 advantage, but then I add my 2 advantage, or my 3 advantage, and 2 success.
So that's 3 success total, 3 advantage total.
Yeah.
1 triumph total.
And I'm going to use the triumph to crit.
Okay.
And then use the 3 advantage to teleport adjacent to
All right.
it. What does vicious do to crits again?
Increases the amount.
Okay, so how many crit does it already have on?
1.
So it would be plus 10 plus my vicious. Yeah. All right.
Do
So
you have a
crit
D100
plus-
handy?
Crit plus 60. Got it. I do have a D100 actually. Hold on,
All
let me
right.
get it.
Roll it out. I will actually just manually pull up the chart in the book.
I have it.
All right.
Oh, you've got it already? Okay.
Yep.
Here we
It just-
go.
So it's this plus 60.
Dallas is going to roll 100.
Please don't.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
So we're like
gonna
at
roll 1. What are
84.
you talking about? Oh, well. Okay,
Rolled
that's
high, didn't you?
157.
The 117.
Yep, that's it. Yep, it's done.
Jesus.
I think 151 or higher is just dead.
Dead. Dead. Complete. Obliterated. Death.
Yeah. So, which was your implement for this, by the way? Did you use your spear?
My spear. Yeah.
Okay. So, Morticia, you gather a perfectly normal offensive spell cast. What did you do this with Primal?
Yeah, this was a promo.
Yeah. So just like simmering, green nature energy, coalesces in the crystal blade at the end of your spear, and you wind back for a ranged attack, and then just before that, bop, bop, you do a flicker step, and you just jam your spear right into this thing's heart, and then you let go of your spell, and just he is fucking DBZ beam blasted away, just and is
Oh.
gone.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
You are standing there. The chickens are standing there. Leona is standing there.
Menacingly.
I look at the tickets and go, "Ah, booga, booga, booga."
Let me check my notes. Are they supposed to stick around?
Dice are
Okay, yes, no, they're still in it. All right.
infinitely funny.
I was gonna start slaughtering them.
I mean, that's all I've got.
Yep. I mean, as the GM, I understand how this goes. I knew the moment Dallas was rolling a plus 60 crit, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be
Especially
dead.
with physical
It's gonna
dice.
kill it.
Every other time I've rolled a crit, he's done literally nothing.
I know you usually roll ones when that matters, but no, I know how this is gonna go.
Even a 61 would have been nice.
I mean, technically, at that ratio, obviously you did a lot of wound damage, Axe, but your initial crit was also important because otherwise it would not have exceeded. It would have been 147 without your plus
Sure.
10.
That still would have been the end is nigh. It would have got one move.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, it would have got from its from Hell Hearts moment.
Yeah. it's one of those things where it's like, the, I don't know if this makes it better or worse, but that was not going to do a lot of damage because all I did was I need to hit this so I could teleport.
Yeah. No, it was just gonna be like you're pretty basic.
Actually, how
But
much
you
damage
got a
did you
big
do?
crit.
Damage it would have been I got 3 successes in total, and then my base damage is kind of high because of the spear.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been 9 damage.
Yeah, it only would have taken 4 wounds because it has 5 soak and you didn't add any pierce.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering
So-
if it like would have killed it like
Oh no, it
regardless.
wouldn't have. It would have done pierce. It would have been with pierce 4.
Oh, okay, it has pierce. It still
8
would have been
damage.
fine.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it still had plenty of soak.
Okay.
It wouldn't have killed it outright. Would have been a little close, but not all the way.
It would have gone done a thing.
So, okay.
No, we
The
still
crit
have
really
chickens
cinched
to
it.
deal with, and as someone who's GM before, I know how this is going to go. The chickens are absolutely going to stomp us into the ground.
Oh yeah, I'm because I'm gonna be rolling physical dice because D1's still dead. You guys are cooked.
All right.
All right,
You're
well,
gonna
it's
die,
it's
my
the NPC slot, which now that the Basan is gone, I can freely use on my chicken minions.
Yeah, augmented enhancement.
By the way,
Yeah,
they were
so
supposed to be a large group of ads, so I don't think I actually described, but there's 5 of these guys. And I was initially gonna pick on Leona for the first attack, but I think they're gonna pick on Morticia because you just killed their boss.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Oh my god, I noticed images like this like Ghost of Tsushima like monochrome moment of a slash out, and then suddenly just a DBZ blast comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, kind of. Like, you do the slash, you're waiting for, like, the dramatic moment, and then Morticia just literally teleports behind him. You know, Kamehameha noise.
Wait, so fucking Morticia just fucking instant transmissions into Kamehameha then.
Yeah, you did the, what the video games always call the warp Kamehameha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they have 1 brawn.
I got the other hair covering her face, just like whooping out of her face, like to look at like Morticia
Well,
incredulous.
no, Megan, technically, I attacked first, so I basically launched the bolt and then teleported to beat it there.
Yeah. I mean, I think for narrative, I prefer to see that you just
narrative-wise, that's
teleport
way
up,
better.
stab it in the heart, and blow his ass up. You weren't planning on that. It just kind of clicked that way. Okay,
It
so
just
that's not cool for
happens.
that. Morticia, what is your melee defense?
1.
Okay.
No. Right, my spear gets 1 defense. It's 2, because my spear gets 1 defensive because it's my spellbound.
Okay, all right. Oh. Time to roll my dice pool. As like I said, these black feathered feral chickens just explode out of the brush behind you, doing like our 3rd roundabout moment in a row. Like I feel like this battle is nonstop roundabouts.
This is just a JoJo fight.
It kind of
This is
is.
just a JoJo fight.
I'm like, if this had gone on a couple rounds, I was expecting the fucking Basan to manifest some sort of stand.
Okay.
It still could.
Right, that's not a lot of success, but a fuck ton of advantage, so that's not going to hit Morticia, because there's only 1 success and 1 failure rolled. But after that, I have, let's cancel, 4 advantage. So I'm just going to give Morticia 4 blacks on whatever she does next, as you are just swamped by
Swarmed
chickens.
chickens.
Yes.
Ah!
They are fluttering and pecking and kicking and clawing and one of them like
Make
pulls
the
at one
link
of your
noise.
ears. Like it's bad.
I make the Lincoln pain noise.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking if we had like some sort of chicken translator to be like, we'd be hearing the most metal, like weird shit, like death. Just ugh.
Yeah, no, it's like some of those moments in the Kirby animated Angry Poyo.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, bad Poyo. Poyo.
Yeah, basically. Well, that isn't accurate, but just did I do that?
I don't even think my sword's happy. I figured it didn't even get to eat the chicken that much.
It got a little blood on there. All right, it is now a next PC slot. You guys on the fringes aren't really sure what's going on after Leona said that, but you were hearing like blasting noises and, you know, probably very, very faint.
A question. Can Grandpa seat 2 people? Or is he
What
one?
silhouette is he?
Let me see here.
Or 3.
Well, no, I don't think he's
1.5 people.
Hang on 1 second here. Let me pull up Grandpa. He is.
Sorry, Ren.
Brawn agility. That's a stat. Soak. Ruin threshold. Stain.
It'd be abilities.
Oh, abilities. Still 2.
Okay. You can normally double saddle people on a horse with just still 2, so you can probably comfortably fit 2.
All right.
Ram's not that big either.
I was like, I will call to Master Ryahn. Like, Master Ryahn, get on Grandpa. I will not be taking my turn though.
Okay. Do you guys want Gwen to take her turn? She's right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So I think what happens is we're gonna do another roundabout moment. Because, you know, Gwen is going to burst out of the underbrush with her knife drawn and do a backstab on those chickens.
Easy damage.
Because, I mean, that's a thing she can do. D1 is still dead, so now I have to calculate this out.
This is currently Morticia.
All right, so she uses Skullduggery for this, so we've got 4 of that. Yep, that's 4 yellows. If I can switch up my dice key. Yellows, 1 blue for an anthem. These guys don't... Yeah, they don't have any defense or anything. They can, funnily enough, they have a funny ability to, like, do a quote-unquote swooping attack to, like, engage after a melee attack, but I think it's funnier if they're still engaged with Morticia. Okay, so that's for the anthem. I mean, yeah, she's... no, she doesn't need to move to them, so she doesn't need to move to engage. She doesn't need to worry about the terrain, but does need actions for normal economy stuff. Okay. So her knife is accurate 1. These chickens are perfectly normal. There's no setback dice. Nobody had to worry about a fear check, because that guy died before he could yell at you very loudly.
I was kind of happy it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, I think I called my shot too strongly when I was like, Axe is going to obliterate it first. And the dice were like, bet.
It really tried. It tried really hard.
Went, yes, but actually no.
All right. Get a fucking tray out because I have to roll manually.
Yeah, Deadly is a really stupid upgrade.
Oh, it gets going, yeah.
The fact that it gives you vicious equal to your no rules.
Okay, all right. Yes. All righty. That's going to be... That eats that. A-da. So that's gone. So that's going to be 2 success, 1 triumph. And... Well, technically, she got 2 knives. She could double attack, but that would require me to adjust to the difficulty beforehand. Yeah, so this is based on Skullduggery. It does 2 additional success per success, so her base damage is 5. She got 2 successes, so that's plus 4. So that's 9 damage. These guys are Soak 1. And our Wound Threshold 3. So yeah, like the proverbial cat in the henhouse, Gwen just appears out of the underbrush, and she'll spend the triumph to crit, by the way, to auto kill a minion.
Free chicken.
And just like appears behind these chickens, and just, you know, does that kind of like, you know, that modern action movie like reverse grip, stab, and just 3 chickens just kind of explode into feathers and chicken bones and a little bit of chicken meat. So that means there's 2 left in the minion group. And that's her turn. Okay. PCs, remaining PC slots. It's just you guys.
Ryahn will get on Grandpa.
Okay. That's just a maneuver. Anything else you want to do?
Not really at this range.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right, then I will take my turn.
Yep.
Porter will spend a maneuver to mount up on Grandpa as well.
Alright.
Then I will spend 2 strain to get a... No, I will downgrade my action to a maneuver.
Alright.
I forgot about that. To give Grandpa an action maneuver. And he will move towards... he will take... You can only get...
Don't you want 2 maneuvers to move? Because you can't get closer than... you can't move from extreme to long with 1 maneuver.
Well, yeah, no, he gets 2 free maneuvers, so yeah.
No,
Move from
technically
extreme
he would
to...
get 4 maneuver. Wouldn't he get 4 maneuver?
No. Okay, so to clarify this, he can take an extra free maneuver on his turn without spending strain.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're
Gotcha.
mounted, you have to tell him to use 2 maneuvers.
Yeah.
The way that action economy is split is it's you spend a maneuver to tell your mount to use 2 maneuvers.
Yes. I'll do that. I'll have him go from extreme to long. Long.
Yes. So yeah, he just mounts up and he says, "All right, hold on, boys. Come.
You guys want to last first to get to
I just
medium?
imagined Ryahn is technically in the front because he's the smaller one. Is just getting ferns in your face.
Pull my hat down.
Yep. All right, you guys are at long. I think that's all the PC slots. There's no NPC slot at the back because the Basan is defeated. It means it's another 2 PC slots before these chickens go.
I say you guys go last first. You at least get closer.
If you don't mind.
Good.
So Porter will go again. I will spend my maneuver to give Grandpa a maneuver in action, and I will ask him to go from long to medium.
All right. You guys just hear in the distance, the big foot stomps of Grandpa. Hold on, lads or lasses. Grandpa's coming. Clunk, 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 clunk. All right, you are now in medium range.
All right.
At this distance, Porter, you can probably perceive. You don't see the Basan anywhere. You do see, Leona, Morticia, and Gwen, weapons drawn, fussing as, a couple of chickens, bounce around Morticia and, peck and kick and
Looks like
pull at her.
D1's back.
Oh, did D1 finally wake the fuck up?
I
So
mean,
that's offline.
it did a roll for some reason.
It did. It did.
remembered
Uchiwata's
Leona's
roll
Damn.
for a long time ago.
It's a lot of lag. He still
But
says
now
he's
it's back
offline.
offline though, so who knows?
No, it's back.
Oh no,
Okay,
there's back
yeah.
again. It might make more rolls.
Did we get any more commands?
2L 3D. I think this is
Yeah, I
our
don't know.
reset. I'll tell it to set the story. When he wakes up, we'll get there. We'll know he's back.
All right. Keep going.
Yes. Anyway, Porter, that was maneuvers.
Also, I don't think Morticia has her weapon drawn at this point, as she's currently just being mobbed by chickens.
Let me double check something here real quick.
I mean, you got your spear out, so you're probably holding it up like a stick. Back, foul beast.
I am gonna try something. I'm gonna see how this fucking works.
Here we
So-
go.
Alrighty.
So, Grandpa only used 2 maneuvers. He still has his action. He's gonna ask him to activate his Earthshaker ability because we're in medium. It will reach.
Okay.
Let me see here. Once per encounter, a hard resilience check. Yes.
Is that the enemies have to make that?
Yes. Once per encounter, you can force all enemies within medium range to make a hard resilience check. If they fail, they are knocked prone and suffer 3 wounds, +1 per failure and 1 strain per threat.
Okay. All right. Before we even roll difficulty dice, I'm going to roll their single green die. Okay, it is one success. I have to roll the difficulty dice. If it was the one blank face, it would have been they're fucking dead. Yeah, that's 3 total failures on.
Oh,
so that's
no.
2 failure, 1 threat. So what's the effect of Earthshaker again in this context?
They fail. They are knocked prone. Suffer 3 wounds plus 1%. So it'll be 5 wounds, 1 threat.
Yeah.
I mean, one strain. Excuse me. 5 wounds, 1 strain.
They have a wound threshold of 3. They're cooked. There's a brief moment where they flutter to the ground, and then Grandpa, like it says, just the rear up and just boom. He basically does the whatchamacallit, the mountain buster that that you can get from Titan.
Yeah.
And just 2 like small indents of earth, perfectly chicken sized, just reach up and punch these chickens into the air where they, explode into a cloud of feathers and chicken leg.
Drumsticks.
All right, the day is won. Huzzah!
Porter will get back close up to a Morticia and Leona and be like, "What just happened?"
I have no idea.
I think Leona is like,
Ryahn just casually kind of floats off of Grandpa. Kind of starts floating there, looking around.
Porter will panic. Grandpa's like, "Excellent work, Grandpa."
I fired an attack into the thing and it exploded.
Is it in here? I kind of look under the little shelter.
No, it's.
No. You guys can as you look around and take stock, you do notice that
there's just a smoking crater.
I mean, there's that part, yes, but the primary thing is that so as defeated, there is actually amongst the black chicken feathers, there is a pile of some chicken meat, that is slightly bigger than normal and looks a little looks slightly pre-cooked.
Mm-hmm.
There are some multicolored chicken feathers that are bigger than normal in that pile.
Yeah.
And there are a few fragments of a bigger, darker, and harder eggshell than normal.
Oh.
So you've got some of the Basan's eggshell, which, might have a little bit of value. Also, it can be used for potions like smoke flasks or heat resistance potions. If you guys actually check the shelter, the little den or nest, Ryahn, as you go to look under there, you do see also that there's probably about a dozen or more, like, normal chicken eggs chilling.
Oh, breakfast.
Do you need eggs, Porter?
Porter's looking around and he just calls out, "Your Majesty!"
Present.
Oh, there you are.
Aye, indeed. Did the sorcerer slay the mighty beast?
Oh,
Or just kind of just staring at her spear, like, what the fuck is this thing?
I was like, "I do believe the day is won, Your Majesty. If that pile of chicken parts is any indication, the beast is felled."
She kind of nods.
Master Ryahn, would you be
Alright.
so kind as to gather up those eggs?
Sure.
Porter will gather up the chicken meat and the Basan drops.
Yep.
As well. Multicolored feathers. Like, are we talking like iridescently multicolored or just like normally like multicolored chicken feathers?
Like a normal color.
Okay.
Well, they're not. They're not the natural colors of a chicken. The Basan has kind of like a gradient effect on itself. Like
Ooh.
it starts as like a kind of a reddish color. Man, just fucking. Sorry, I'm trying to load right now and it's slow. Like, is there something going on? Are the missiles flying? What's going on here? Okay.
it was perfect there. Now
Yeah,
it's okay.
it's got kind of like a multi-tone, like it's got like an orangish, neck and underbelly, and its back is kind of a vibrant green, and its tail is like blue.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have these collections of these, big, bright, orange, red, blue, green feathers.
Oh, this can make a decent
Kind of like a decent spread.
This might be able to make some nice accessories with this.
Yep.
All right.
Good to see my attempt to at least kept her safe.
What?
Yes, thank you.
Oh.
Tying her hair back into place.
Kind of tucks her sword away. As you guys are kind of circling up and piling up all the stuff, there's kind of a just, from around you, there's kind of a bark of laughter. You look over. Just kind of standing, posing on one nearby stone is you would guess, a little more feminine figure, humanoid, but has a big, red beaked mask covering the lower half of their face. Very tall hat, big blocky sandals. Looks kind of like a mix between like an Onmyo robe and Longu style armor. Like high collar, but an armored chest piece dropping down. On one hip, she's wearing a Longu style blade. On the other, has like a little gourd and a little fan dangling and stuff. Some of you probably understand, what a Tengu looks like. So just kind of like barks out of laughter. That was pretty good.
Porter is slightly
see. You are
confused.
stunned into silence by my auspicious appearance. Posing.
Trying to think if Morticia would have any idea what the fuck this is.
Would Leona know like most Tengu are sages, or are they just like
I don't
wanderers?
know. It was rather
Not-
boring.
Most Tengus are not sages.
Oh, most are not. Yeah.
Are Tengu
Well-
Fae?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
well, yes, I am quite stunned by your appearance, mostly because I would not expect to find find ourselves in such illustrious company, so far from I wonder, did the Longu have their own name for their lands, or is it Longu?
No, it is Longu is the name.
Okay, like so far from Longu.
Just kind of, takes out the leafy fan, kind of fans herself a little. Yes, indeed. I am far from the mountains and forests of home. But I'm on a particular mission. I was thinking of, kind of settles into kind of a crouch on this stone. I was thinking of hunting the Basan for sport when I was done. But you've done a good work for me. Quite a show. It could have been more entertaining, but alas, only one of you seems studied in the way of the blade. But
Morticia will actually look slightly offended at that.
I mean, you are not carrying a one-hand sword.
Oh, blade, right. Never
Yeah,
mind.
blade.
Okay, never mind. No.
No, you're not Mortis right now.
Right.
Who's known for one-handing swords.
Mortis inside me feels offended.
He can, but you did a laser beam and a spear attack.
Spear beam.
You have promise. You must excuse me. I am also a guest of Lady Parisa. But I have matters to attend to. Ha ha. And then just there's a swirl of leaves and they're gone.
I'm gonna be honest, this day is not going anything like I expected it to.
Same.
What was that?
That, my good master Ryahn, was a Tengu.
Was it something I should have blasted rather than talked to?
No blasting the Tengu. Like I said, they're basically Longu's versions of, well, Fae, to put it simply. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can put it complexly either.
I think the only comparable thing, I guess, is a knight of a fairy knight, but even then, that's not really comparable.
They're sages, scholars, martial warriors. Basically, take everything cool that you can think of, give them a mask and very tall shoes, and you have a Tengu. That's the best way I can put it.
Different species than I was expecting, I guess.
Oh, there's different kinds. Oh, alright, anyway. The Basan is slain, the loot has been gathered, Her Majesty Beatrice is safe, and we have met the Tengu. I say we return to the Faerie Kingdom. That's alright.
By the way, if any of you guys have any strain you need to recover, you can roll for that when D1 decides that he's fucking alive.
Is D1 alive?
He hasn't switched the story points, so I don't know. We can try a roll.
I
I
think
got
he's
the
somewhere in between.
I got the die roller somewhere.
Same.
I'm just gonna use that.
I think it's mostly Dallas is the only one that did a bunch of strain to himself.
I think I took 2 because I gave one Ushiwada with it.
I took 2
Uh.
because
Yeah, a couple of you did some double maneuvering.
No, I took no strain. I have wounds.
I mean, you always take 2 strain after a spell resolves unless you heal it
Yeah,
immediately.
you did 3 spells. At the very least, you should
Alright.
have 6.
Yeah.
5 success,
Wait,
2
I
advantage.
did 3 spells?
I think 1 advantage.
One.
Yeah.
I mean, you still
Oh
should
no,
be taking
the
strain for
the,
conjure.
the summon the dude.
By the way,
Yeah.
at this point, your skeleton rolls up.
Yeah, no, you've cast 3 spells so far because you summoned a Selkin,
Right.
turned into a squirrel, and shot a spear laser.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Squirrel.
all of
forgot
that would
about
still
Yeah,
count as your
I do
strain,
have
even at
strain.
time to heal it. Yeah.
Yeah, I will dismiss Greg.
Greg.
The giant skeleton just gives you double finger guns and then collapses into a pile.
Anyway, Porter will continue writing on Grandpa for the foreseeable future.
All right. Okay. You guys can handle your own strain recovery. You guys decide to start scoochling back.
Mm-hmm. I would like to, in this moment, I would like to investigate the Basan chicken meat. Is it any different, or is it just bigger, slightly cooked chicken meat?
You do some examining, a little bit of a casual study. I wanna. Make you roll for this, or no? Yeah, you can just kind of think about it. Yeah, you give it a sniff and a check. Basically, it's like relatively normal meat, but it basically is it's not raw, it's pre-cooked.
Oh, interesting.
Because it was a fire creature. And if you give it a quick sniff test, maybe peel off a tiny bit for a taste test, it has a little bit of kind of like a not quite the same way as if it were breaded already, but it has kind of a crisp flavor, a little bit of a spicy kick, but with a smoky hint to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're totally making a yakadon with this shit. I got the eggs.
It's
rice.
not quite like the fire chicken. You kill it, turns into a pile of fried chicken. But it's in that ballpark.
Fair enough. Basan, original herbs and spices.
Yeah. And so, you guys, return back to the clearing of the Faeries, where Queen Solida is.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to go over, too far about what that's like, but, congratulates you. Beatrix gives you a nod.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to talk up, how brave and forthright you are. When she was in distress, all of you charged to her rescue. Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
All right. And so Queen Solida gives you a few rewards. Number 1, she says that she has prepared a couple of flasks of their special honey.
Yay.
So, yes, you can have a couple of flasks of Faerie honey. Instead of the normal, translucent, golden color that honey is. This honey is opaque, but it is kind of like silver mirror sheen.
Ooh.
Maybe a little bit of
Opalescent.
a milky color in there. Yeah, very opalescent.
Nice.
And it smells very sweet. The other thing is also she will offer to give you 4 jars of bees. Just normal jars of bees. Jars with bees in them.
E-jars.
I got a bee jar.
This makes me think of some fucking Link to the Past shit here. Just open jar, unleash bees.
So, a jar of bees is a ranged weapon. It's damage 8, crit null, short range, blast 8, burn 2, disorient, limited ammo 1, so it's a grenade. It's pierce 2. Any creature who suffers wounds from a jar of bees must immediately make an average fear check.
I'm going to take one of the bee jars.
Fair enough. You've got 4. You've got 4 bee jar grenades.
I mean, if she's offering them, I guess I'll take them.
We also use these to fill
hilarious.
hive colonies or something we make.
Well, we don't have a queen.
No, they're BBs.
Yeah.
They're regular bees.
Normal bees.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird gifts that she's like, all right, we shall gift you some of our honey. Also, have these jars of bees. Heroic individuals like yourselves can make some use of this, and you guys are just holding these angrily buzzing clay jars that like must be sealed up with magic somehow, and they're just like, okay.
Why do you have these?
Don't
If you
ask.
want.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Leona looks at the jar and says, "Why do you have?" And Porter just checks her with the butt end of Archie. Just nope, don't.
Just
don't
rub.
ask
I'm just
that."
gonna rub Archie's face up against Leona. Just no.
Being kissed by Archie, that's how I could say.
Well, you saying you don't love Archie as much as I do? How dare? After all he's done for you.
How sharp are his fangs, actually?
Pretty sharp.
They're polished. They're shiny. Gwen probably cuts him with like a a line is just like, no bees for me, thanks.
Honestly, I'll just take the rest of the 3 jars. If nothing else, I'll put them in the portable safe.
No. If no one's gonna use the jars, I will use these as weapons.
Honestly, I think bees. Well, bees. I think will also be near me. But if you want to go for it, take them all.
Yes.
All right, you have
This
bees
does seem like a Dallas weapon, not a Morticia weapon, a Dallas weapon.
No, this is not a Morticia weapon. This is a Dallas weapon.
I kind of want to keep
This
one
is just,
just
I
for the
was like,
sake of being
I want to pack fill a little of the rewards. Like, obviously, you get some honey, but like, what's another weird thing I can throw at you that's like not gonna come back to bite me in the ass?
I want to give one to Uchiwara because I feel like he'd throw one of these at someone.
Oh, this is totally a
he would,
Tanuki
but-
weapon.
I want to give one to Uchiwara, so I'll take my
Yeah.
one and give it to him.
But so your congratulations go all around. Like I said, Beatrix is quite impressed with you. That might set up some future plans. But after congratulations are around, Queen Solida of the Faeries comes down from her little balcony and says that she will guide you now to the court of Lady Parisa. Follow me. Gesundheit.
Let's go.
Maybe a giant bumblebee went by your nose. Get some pollen in there. By the way, I want to let you guys know I tried really, really hard to figure out a place where I could put a pollen weather debuff in, and it just didn't work with the structure.
Oh,
I'll have
would
to
it
figure out
do?
another one to wrap that back around. I don't know yet, but like I'd figure it out. Probably some disorientation. All right.
disorientation. Actually, I think it would just be black dyes, just more than one, because that could be distracting. Ugh.
Yeah, get some disorient, get some other like concealment setbacks, stack some debuffs in there. All right, okay. So if you guys again have no objections, you can follow Queen Solida. She will
Yes.
actually take you back to the center area of the island, and here there is you find an interesting cropping of natural rock. It looks kind of like it's a formation that should have a waterfall flowing over it, like it's rubbed smooth on the front, kind of naturally curved out by water, but it's just kind of dropped a pen. It's just kind of, sitting there, and so she, flies up to it, takes out her little, beeswax scepter, just kind of, does a little fairy twirl through the air, taps the rock. There's a little sparkle of magic, and then, like out of nowhere, a light, misty rain pours over the rock, kind of like a curtain, and it rises to form a rainbow in this mist, and it just kind of goes there, and Solida kind of floats a little back, does a little big sweeping gesture, and bids you go through.
I will bow deeply to Her Majesty once more and go through.
Porter steps through the curtain.
Yep.
Anybody else? Yeah, you got orders?
I will as
Let's
well.
go.
Yeah.
So you will notice Morticia has has a bundle full of packages.
Packages?
Yes.
Of what?
Gifts.
A smart choice.
That is pretty smart.
All right.
I'm just wondering where
the
you
other
got
two, You
them.
go through.
Most of them are handmade. I'll be real.
You've had a lot of downtime, and I'm not really gonna
Yeah,
fight you on any of that.
that's fine.
Ryahn, you go through.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm definitely wrapping my staff up first, so it doesn't get wet.
Okay, sure. And yeah, I think Leona said she was going in as well, so you all
Yes.
all go through in time. Gwen joins you, obviously. Not that I expect any of you to stay behind, but I want to make sure everybody, do you bust out your umbrella and do a little dance through the curtain? No, it's fine. You pass through this rainbow-like mist, which, like I said, falls like a curtain. It's not really wet, though it does feel kind of cool and damp as you pass through, but you are not like soaking wet as you go through it. You do feel each of you does feel a brief bout of vertigo, as for like that brief moment as you pass through, you feel like you're upside down for like a second, a half second, and then you're through. The place you are through to is kind of like a reverse Pensy Island.
Mhm.
You're standing in open air again, but instead of the bright sunny sky, because it was probably, I think, you had to hike back and forth to the Basan. That fight did not take very long. That was the actual fight part of that was probably like 5 minutes real time. It should probably be getting close to noonish. Inside this area, inside this court, there is a moonless but densely starry sky awash in astral colors. Like all the colors of the sea of stars. The air it's crisp, it's clean, it's refreshing. It smells like constantly like the aftermath of a fresh spring rain. Instead of fields of flowers, you look around you and you see like conforming to the general geography of the mountain, but you see just hills of close shorn grass. There are decorative columns with floral flourishes and pavers away. You guys are standing in an archway, walk through an archway where there's this kind of, curtain. Off to your sides, you can see, little pavilions, gazebo adjacent things, made of moon silver and a silvery white wood covered in garlands of flowers with little strings of fairy lights. And this clearing you're in is filled with the faint sound of singing in the fairy language and maybe distant notes of string and flute music.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of settle yourselves in and, get your bearings, each of you kind of comes through almost one at a time. You get your bearings, You do see a couple of she knights are around. They're wearing, fairy maid mail and with swords. You see a few more obvious, fae in the pavilions off to the side, or kind of, flitting from column to column, laughing, singing, dancing, etc. And as you guys kind of, circle up, Queen Solida joins you inside. A figure who is obviously, Lady Parisa, comes walking down the paved path. She, stands out in front of you at a respectful distance.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far, not too close. She, kind of does a little curtsy. She, extends a hand to her chest and says, "Hello, honored guests. I am Lady Parisa. Welcome to my court." She looks a little bit like a female elf. Pale skin, pointed ears. Her hair is floral pink. But her eyeballs are completely opaque. They're all one color. They are the color of green glass. So kind of like a malachite color.
Mm-hmm.
And she has small deer-like antlers coming from her forehead and has, wide, glittering, iridescent wings kind of shaped like a butterfly. And she's wearing a single-piece shimmering gown that's the color of a storm cloud. And so, she does her courtesy and her greetings.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to
I
respond
will
in kind.
bow to close to the floor,
All right.
or I
Bow,
guess
bow.
curtsy.
Porter will bow and
Ryahn will give maybe a slightly deeper bow than he gave the queen, the queen.
Ryahn don't give a fuck
But
about
still-
royalty.
Not to the degree that he's gonna like bow and kneel down to them. No.
Yeah.
Leona's
Look.
gonna give
Okay.
a large eastern bow with like her hands to like her thighs and like bending fully down,
Alright.
fully like 90 degrees.
Yeah. Full bow. Okay. Yeah, she kind of takes it all in. You can, do your round of introductions. If
Yep.
not one of you's gonna jump in on that, Queen Solida will help you out. But
Porter will do a round of introductions.
okay. And she says, "I'm honored to have you as my guests, as shown worthy by my attendance, Queen Solida of the Faeries. However, before you enter, I must ask you to leave certain items in your possession here. And I'm pretty sure you've got most of these. I think the only question is if Morticia is carrying Lemonacer on her.
Yes, I always have it.
Okay. So specifically, you are asked to leave at the door Archie, Lemonacer, and the Ketsukawa.
I
And
understand.
also, if you have anything made of cold iron or true lead.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes more sense.
This is a very iron blade, yeah.
Well, no, she's asking you
No,
to
it's
leave
an
it because your
angry
sword
one.
is fucking evil.
Yeah, your
Fair.
sword is.
You
Your
have
sword is
an
very
angry
mean.
murder sword.
I mean, technically, Lemonacer is also an angry murder sword. It's just less.
It's
angry.
quiet anger.
Ketsukawa is a sword of murdering things. Lemonacer is a sword of revenge.
Yeah, it's revenge.
It's still not very pleasant spiritually.
No, I will definitely acquiesce to your request, and I
yeah.
will also present her with the crown I made her. Or
Okay.
rather, it would be more of a tiara.
We'll wait for gifts.
Yeah, wait for gifts. We just met, man.
You're not in court.
I will.
No.
Yeah.
We
no,
haven't
I'll
actually
wrap
entered
this.
yet. She's saying
Sorry.
we're at the security checkpoint.
Yeah.
Does she mean just like leave him like
outside
just
or there? No, here at the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you don't have to push it back through the magical portal. It's just like she's basically asking you very politely, "Hey, do not come into my actual like court space with these certain weapons of yours."
Mm-hmm.
Because while Archie is, sanctified, you did build him out of the bones of a demonically possessed sewer gator.
Did he cleanse them though?
Well, listen,
Yeah,
Archie still has a lot of I want to kill things vibe. All right, I don't blame her.
True.
He likes giving things the bonk.
This is more of, it's not necessarily like, it's not like you're entering a court of angels, right? While Fae and the She especially do have a spiritual side to them, they, are supposed to be in service to the Scions. Their relationship with objects is not going to be the same as like entering a temple. This is like, hey, you've got some things of some violent, bloody persuasion. I would like you to leave
If
them
it was a
behind.
Temple of Verda, I think I'd get by with fine.
But
Yeah.
excuse me.
You probably get honestly, if you showed them Lavalencia and told them its backstory, you'd probably get a medal, get a little purity seal from a Temple of Verda. Hey, good job, sticker.
But I will find a comfortable corner to prop Archie up.
Yep.
I had made a cloth scabbard for Lemonacer, even though I'm not using it, so I will
Leona's gonna.
gently put it down.
You can leave it with Archie. Archie will look after it.
If the blade sheath, she's gonna wrap it in, I guess, spell tag covered cord and just hold it in place.
Yeah.
Put it in the pile.
All right, Archie. You make
said
sure you watch everyone's stuff.
I'm just imagining the trifold shot of just Archie in the corner with the two swords like under it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the two swords are just glaring at the third sword.
No, I picture them leaning against each other, and then Archie pushes them off it.
Kind of wiggles, rotates.
Actually, Archie, you don't look security enough. Here, hang on a second. I'm gonna take off my sunglasses. I'm gonna put them on Archie. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I feel like my sword doesn't like axes or the other sword.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to shape all of its desire to kill into something more interesting, but we'll see if I can shape it through teaching it somehow.
All right.
Restorative justice through swords.
But Porter nods in satisfaction, and he turns back to the queen.
Right. Then Lady Parisa will kind of like give you a little nod of acquiescence and just kind of swoosh around and
Swoosh.
just for you to follow her, she walks back.
Alrighty.
So yeah, you guys, follow a short path
Wait.
of these pavers, like I said. What's up?
Sorry. Is she okay with me bringing Rel in the bottle?
That she does not have an objection to.
Interesting. Okay.
So it is good for you.
mean,
That was a thing I wanted to double check for some stuff later. It's good to know you do have because it makes sense because it's your gourd, but you
Yeah.
have the bottle on you.
She
Yeah.
is a spirit, so
That
I mean, it
that
does
is
make
not a
sense.
thing she objects to.
Okay.
Also, like I said, nobody has anything that is made from like true lead or cold iron or anything on them.
Not on us, no.
Yeah.
I have something, but it's at my house.
I'll double check just real quick, but I don't usually carry a lot of metal stuff.
Anybody got any pouches of like lodestone dust?
Actually, yeah, I do. Actually, now that I think
Okay.
about it.
Yes, you should drop those off as well.
Does my Quicksilver keys count?
No, that's Quicksilver.
Okay, yeah, because I do have
True
two.
lead or cold iron.
I got these back when we fought Tetsu, the lodestone powderer dust. I just
Yeah.
keep holding on to them. So yes, I will leave those with Archie as well.
So, with their weapons, I'll go ahead and leave the Dragon Eye Ruby.
Okay, all right. You were not asked to do this, but that's a good ad. The corner just gets some more medicine.
God, we're such good people. We have all this evil shit, or at least it's karmically
You're
evil.
adventurers.
Cold
That's what
iron-
happens. You just pick up
Cold
a lot of
iron
weird
and
shit.
lodestone
Like,
isn't
I'm just-
necessarily evil. It's
No.
just also happens
Karmic.
to be fairy killing weapons.
Yeah.
It's just
I'll
one of
say
those things that
karmic.
like, I'm looking at them and it's all like, this is a very ominous corner.
That's a lot of karma.
Yeah. No, yeah.
All right, so you follow your line down the path. You walk between these stone pillars. Like I said, you see a few other, other high fairies kind of, flicker around the pillars. You might, hear a little titter or giggle, and then you look, and then you just catch like a rustle of fairy skirts around a corner, and then they're fucking gone. Everybody kind of, sticks together in a group, and you walk through, and you come to an actual spot where there's kind of a square courtyard. There's enough pillars to mark out a decent amount of space to stand and meet. There is a slightly raised stone dais, and there's a carven stone throne. Parisa ascends to, sits, gestures, and says, "All right, we are now in court. I once again formally greet you as my guests,
Oh, thank God.
and thank you for your aid with that earlier matter. If you are all honorable guests, not only for your service to Queen Solida, but also, she makes an expensive regal hand gesture to Porter. Sir Porter here is a honorable attendant to the Queen of Spirits, Lady of the Earth, our patron. And you are free to explore within my domain. Currently, my court is in the reverse Pensy Island, which is the equal and opposite reflection of the island on the other side. This is where my people dwell, safeguarding and tending to this island. As in ages past, the great gods placed this island here to hold something within it. She, gestures kind of up vaguely at the sky. The above side, the normal side of the island, is also my domain, but you are welcome as guests there as well. My people have no need of the island, though. It is merely our front garden. So if you need any resources from there as well, I have no need of such things. Kind of the casual royal excuse. Oh, she doesn't need any of that stuff. If you need to gather materials or food or anything from above, just so long as you do not interfere or harm my subject, of course. You are accepted as guests, so you got a free pass to go up top. And if you need to
How many
forage any foods or anything,
how many court members are there?
you can't really get a good grasp. It seems like most of Lady Paris' subjects just kind of flit in and out of the corner. I mean, you guys are not a threat, so you're not being eyeballed by any knights or anything.
No, they're doing that thing where they just kind of flit in and out of our perception. We really can't get a good eye of actually how many are here. Because they're fucking feckin' fairies. Excuse me.
Yeah, if because there's been a little bit of extra talk with her as well. If you had to guess, you know, like looking at her personality, Lady Parisa, you know, she seems happy, intelligent, a little flighty. But you may get the idea, the undercurrent that if you were to like impress upon her courtesy, she has a little bit of a temper, a bit like a rolling thunder. Slow to build, quick to pass, but when she's mad, it's very strong.
Oh, like a spring storm.
Yeah. So it'll take you a long time to get there, but So yeah, hey, if you guys actually, as Dallas has alluded, he has, Morticia has a gift to present. If any of the rest of you wish to, present an exchange of gifts, this is a courtesy of the Fae. It is not necessarily required, but remember that this is a thing Fae do. It is an important gesture. It is reciprocal. So if you give a gift, she must in turn send a gift back to you. But also remember, it's fairies. It's simultaneously both more about the letter than the spirit, but also what's even more important than that is the sentiment. If you give something, it doesn't actually matter if it's valuable. It just has to be something significant, possibly beautiful. But also, the fairies are absolutely the kind who would be like, "Oh, hey, take this," and you hand her a gum wrapper, and like, so long as you give that earnestly, that would be like, "Oh, this is very interesting," kind of a thing. They'd find it funny because the courtesy is all part of the play to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I know that Morticia has a gift,
Yes.
a tiara-like object.
The tiara carved from the remainder of the wood from the grove that I had,
Oh, it's very
adorned with, fashioned with irises, and I think I got that symbology right.
Yeah.
Yes, I looked up flower symbolism.
Anything?
Symbolizes spring and royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's that on the nose.
Oh, that's very fine. Yes, she will, graciously accept. Out of like just off your elbow, a she appears with a little silk pillow to like you put it on, and then it's ferried up. She touches her chest again. Oh, how exquisite!
I have a
Beautiful.
gift,
Romantic.
but
She sets it on her sets it immediately upon her brow. What are you thinking?
I want to cook, but I want to cook entertainingly. I want it to be dinner and a show, but the dinner is the show.
So Benihana's. Got it.
Okay, so I mean, I guess the question is, one, what meal would you be cooking?
Do fairies? I'm pretty sure fairies don't eat, but do they have any? Are they like against meat? Like, are they against meat?
They do not typically. Well, at least spring fairies don't eat meat. Wild fae and winter fae might partake of
Winter fairy
flesh and
definitely eat
blood,
meat.
but it's they do like that traditional offerings do involve sweets though. Like it is you would leave out milk, honey, cookies, that kind of stuff. If you were to go to like you would probably preface this by saying you would like to offer a meal as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
She would, kind of in a most gracious way say, "Oh, that's absolutely wonderful, but it is not currently a time to eat. We may have a time to feast later."
Mm-hmm. Very well then. I will not do that then.
Also, while you're thinking about that, Morticia will receive her return gift. Morticia, you are given a little pouch of it looks like of woven grass and some kind of fluffy grayish like cotton felt maybe. and inside you open it up, and it appears to be filled with rust. And you are given a pouch of magic rust.
Okay.
Once per session, you can sprinkle it or throw it on an island to damage it 1 step. Or you can also do it to environmental stuff.
Thank you very much. I express my
Mortis is a rust monster. Kill him.
You go ahead. I'll support you.
Okay.
Start chewing on the tip of my spear. No, I'm not.
He's a crystal monster. He's etherically corrupting himself.
What can I... If I gave back the boar of the golden boar, I think that'd be hilarious, but...
That would be very funny, but do you want to do that right now?
I feel like that might break some kind of... I don't know.
No. Honestly, it would make perfect sense. It was a gift given from the fairies to the Axe Saint, and I would just be returning said gift to them and thanking them for it, even if it... And that has double entendre because it was done as a joke. So I'd be thanking them for a joke. It has layers.
Yeah.
Fucking layers.
While Porter is grappling with the ethics of yokes, again, it is not required, but hypothetically, you've gotten some weird shit on you that you're not using. Leona, Ryahn, do you want to offer any gifts?
I
Yeah.
have some ideas, but I'm not sure if we're doing good.
Ryan's gonna offer a block of coffee toffee.
Ooh, yes. Tries it. It put on the silk pillow. Wafts the aroma and just kind of, oh, how delightful. A particular and unique flavor. Yes. All right. Ryahn, on the little silk pillow, communicated back to you. Also, by the way, somehow off your elbow again, even though you saw that attendant go in front of you, somehow they cycled back around to behind your elbow.
Mm.
I don't need that document anymore. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this. You are given a cryptographer's ring, which, if my document decides to load my outline, so I can jump around a little, that's one of my sampler plate magic items. Okay, yes.
I feel very foolish. I didn't actually think of a
rings.
gift ahead of time. I'm an idiot.
Same.
So yeah, this ring has kind of like a large lozenge-shaped gem in the top, and the sides of it are covered in little sigils and ciphers and stuff. And then it gives you a success and an advantage when you use no rules to decode coded documents.
Neat.
Right.
So I have a question.
Sure, go for it.
I had materials for repairing the Kurgane, which in my mind is like a box of like a bunch of black steel powder.
I mean, it would be ingots, not powder.
Oh, okay. Would that be like a taboo thing?
No, that's not that's definitely not cold iron. That's worked with dragon dust.
And I want to give it as like a material of like a precious material of my homeland to maybe shape it to anything you wish it to be.
All right, yeah. You offer an ingot.
2 actually.
Okay, sure. You got both. So she kind of delicately caresses them and says, "Oh, how exotic, unusual, yes, intriguing." All right, Leona. In return, you are given a little bundle of elf shot.
Oh yay!
So yeah, you're given a little quiver of arrows, and they have distinct, flinted arrowheads. Yeah, that's elf shot.
Oh crap! I didn't mean to post that.
All right. Portarius. You've already offered to prep something, so you don't have to, but if you wanna.
Would Faye like wine?
I mean, I don't remember if booze is something you leave out, but you can chance it. What kind of stuff you got on you?
Just wine.
Just wine?
Yeah, casks. 2 casks. It's a lot of wine.
I mean, I think there's a certain amount of humor in that. Yeah, of just Porter, you're a big boy. You just give her a big cask of wine. You could try that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna dump both.
All right. This is very amusing, as you know, this skinny, spindly Fey attendant with the little silk pillow takes both clunk clunk, both casks, and kind of like bends a little at the knees, but still gracefully takes it up. Lady Pyrrhus, pulls them off the pillow and kind of sets them aside her throne and says, "And of course, Sir Priest, the most generous, such volume we appreciate." She kind of just reaches down, like scoops something up and like flicks out a hand to you. You don't even need the silk pillow. Porter, you receive a silvery bloom of Verna's crown.
Hey.
Which I think you may have owned a flower of recently, but it's been quite some time.
I don't think I have actually.
Okay, well, you've got a fresh one. It lasts for a month.
Yay!
And this is in my my gathering
Yeah, I gotta double check
side
it.
doc. Yeah,
Gotta double check it.
but yes, you've got a little silver. It's a little bit like a rose, but a little bigger and fuller. And obviously, like I said, it's gleaming in a metallic silver color.
I'm wearing a suit. I'm attaching this in my breast pocket. Just bam.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
That's where it goes. All right, so yes, you've done the traditional offering gifts. Do you have anything like Porter? You wanted to kind of like convey your formal respects. You can do that.
Yep. Just I will. Yeah. I'm not gonna rant, but he will just convey his respects as the attendant of Verna to the queen. Attendant of Verna, queen of the spirits, to the queen of the spring court. The spring. Thank them for all their service this spring, and how we look forward to the next one.
So yeah, is there anything else you want to ask her about, talk to her about, anything else with you guys?
Oh, let's see here. What would I talk to about a queen of the spirit? Queen of the spring.
I mean, and obviously not just for Porter. The rest of you were here. She did talk a little about that this island is, here for a reason, and also you did meet a weird Tengu.
That is 2 points I guess I would like to bring up, but if anyone else would like to start that conversation.
You gotta probably ask about the Tengu.
No,
All right.
all right. Well, I will take lead. It's like, forgive me, your majesty, but you did mention that this island was here to guard something, protect something, hold something?
Yes.
Forgive my
Let me
indelicate.
tell you. I shall tell you the tale. It is no problem. Long ago, does a big hand gesture. There is a story of a blue shooting star. It fell to creation into the sea when the world was being formed. This was a piece of the sea of stars that fell out of place, and so Aqua and Verna could not decide who should replace it. So, to solve this, they placed an island on top of it to hold in its power and mystery. But then, long ago, you may have seen the signs above. Humans, the ancients, discovered the island and wanted to study its secret. So the Scions appointed the Fae to safeguard this realm and keep it hidden from mortals passing without the god's grace. She, winks at Porter. My knights must remain constantly vigilant against the island and visitors, which is why we could not depart earlier to deal with that dog phoenix. The one who crows. I'm just imagining distant murmuring all around you. The one who crows, the one who crows, the one who crows.
Mm-hmm. Porter mulls that over for a moment. It's like,
Yeah, don't worry, Dallas. I figured that was happening soon. I got the lead in for that.
yeah.
I've got the Cliffy.
But, oh. It says it's to protect it, but would we be allowed to... Would it be a breach of etiquette to ask for us to see the thing?
To ask, probably not.
Mhm.
She did say that they're supposed to safeguard it from mortals without the gods, grace, without their permission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like... So yeah, Porter will go forward. It's all like... It's like, if at all possible, Your Majesty, would it be possible for me and my fellows to see the Starstone?
All right, so you ask this, and there's like a moment where you think you might have said something wrong. She kind of like tilts her head very slightly and regards you like very seriously. But then the moment the tension is broken, as you hear another, like you hear a little kind of like sting of flute music. If you've played Okami, well, it's that sting. It's that flute sting. And then another ha ha of laughter. You look to your side, and apparently outside of your field of vision the entire time was, the Tengu. She's, sitting cross-legged and is just smoking a big, Kiseru-type pipe, drinking sake from a gourd. She kind of says, ha ha. You are a wise one, O priest. But asking about things that you did not know about, it's quite coincidental. She kind of hops to her feet and says, excuse me, allow me to introduce myself this time. Kind of, nods to Parisa, who, leans back in a little in her chair, lets it pass. She gives you a slight bow, probably strikes another pose. I am known as the Daitengu Fukamaru. There's absolutely, by the way, some fucking don't drum hits as she hits them. I am charged with hunting some rogue yokai, some dastardly betrayers, deceivers. They have committed a great offense against my clan, and I have chased them all the way to this island, where they hide in the very caverns below, where the star crest is that you seek. However, Lady Parisa says that it is not, normal for the Fae to enter the island. They are charged to guard it. So even though there are Oathbreakers below, I cannot make do of my quest. Parisa just kind of, solemnly nods. And so I wonder, how did they say in this country, I like the cut of your jib? Haha. I'd like to see, if you wish to go below, if you could do me a favor. Kind of significantly eyeballs you over, her beak-shaped mask.
Big girl lifts her eyebrow. It's like,
Porter
Are
kind
you
of...
committed?
Porter, kind of regards her coolly and says, before I commit to any sort of action, it would be remiss of me to overstep my bounds, especially in the presence of Her Majesty.
Big, barking crows of laughter. Parisa kind of, once again does a very slight nod. And hold on, I'm trying to find the actual thing. And she says, yes. So Parisa actually, tilts her head and says, these terms are acceptable. I warn you, Sir Porter, the inner heart of the island, not only are these intruders that our guest has said there, it is quite an unusual place. My own people do not go into the below. I find it permissible to let you go below and see for yourself. And if she kind of, just kind of like, it would be a dismissive gesture, but she's not trying to be like rude about it. She's just kind of, being very casual about it. If you were to do so, naturally, I'm sure you would encounter these creatures. Fukumaru kind of nods and says, Gyuki.
Gyuki.
You may have heard of them. Also known as the Ushi-Oni, the Demon Ox.
Oh. Porter has heard of them. He has not seen any of them, though.
Yeah. They are maliciously corrupted yokai, she says. But nonetheless, they've committed an offense against the head crow of my clan. And I must return with their skulls as proof that they have been slain for their misdeeds. And so, yeah, Paris are kind of like, again, respectfully, but, a little... She's springtime. She's air affiliated. It's kind of, casual along. If you were to go to see the heart of the island, you would undoubtedly encounter these creatures and would almost assuredly have to slay them to progress. I would permit such an action. And if you were to go below and quiet the heart of the island,
Porter kind of tilts his head a little bit at that. Quiet the heart?
Yes, it is difficult for me to explain. She singles out Ryahn with a gesture. Your magus may better understand, but the thing that fell was a piece of the Sea of Stars. It is not of earth or sky. It is from before, when creation was still being woven.
Void. Creation. Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, how much outside does
Porter has zero.
Ryahn have?
Zero.
I have 3.
Okay, without needing to roll anything, you would know. She described it as a blue shooting star earlier. Also, Morticia probably knows this too, but she was not singled out for this. She called it a blue shooting star. You would probably have heard of, and it's up to you whether or not you've handled any of it, but there is a material that comes from, the edges of creation, from the elemental chaos through the Sea of Stars, known as star crystal or starstone. It's similar to aetherite. It is crystallized physical form of pure aether, but obviously it comes from the fringes of creation with a capital C as you know it. So it would be touched by the outermost void. And you recall from your studies that it tends to be, when cut, is of a eerily perfect, like brilliant blues or greens, the colors of the Sea of Stars you can see above you.
Well, thinking about it, the thing that fell from the sky could have been Starstone, which, while like Aetherite, is distinctly different in so much that it came from the elemental chaos or outside of creation. I have personally never handled any, but I have heard about it.
Indeed. The heart of this island is similar to that. As I said, men once attempted to study it, to uncover its secrets. This was not what the Scions wished, and so we are here to keep that separation. So,
I admittedly don't know exactly what you mean by quieted exactly, but
I feel that
I
that will
sup-
be understood once we reach it.
Maybe
she
we could,
kind of,
like, whack it with a
Parisa
stick?
kind of like gives a slight like shrug of her shoulders, and her little, her wings kind of jitter, a little like uncertainly, and she kind of says, "I myself am unsure. It is the nature of the heart to project an influence. I cannot explain it in your mortal terms. The heart is not of the land, nor is it of the sea, nor is it of the sky. But it is a piece of terrain. As such, mobs are drawn to it, from it. We are not allowed to let them leave the island or the place below, but they appear nonetheless." Basically, out of character to tell you what's up. She's telling you, if you want to go see the heart of the island, this piece of starstone that fell, that's a dungeon.
Yeah, I got that.
yeah.
Is a duty.
Yeah.
One of the fights of which you would have in there is also Fukumaru would, she's not allowed to go inside, so she really needs somebody to thump these Gyuki, these Ushioni.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of, I think the situation kind of circles back around to Fukumaru. She kind of like, shifts a little in her spot, maybe makes a little bit of rustling sound and says, "Even so, it seems like you are interested, but I will not just casually allow you the honor of aiding me in my mission. I have interest in a test of your worthiness, your virtue, your courage, perhaps your mettle." She kind of peers at each of you in turn and says, "Are you willing to accept my test?"
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Well, then, who shall test me? Who shall be tested first? Perhaps you? She kind of leans forward a little, gestures at Leona since you spoke first.
Oh, what do you have it be?
A simple test. A test of skill. She just kind of steps back, opens her arms wide, and says, "Strike me." Can you do it with just a blade and no spellcraft? What's Leona doing right now? Because there's a pause here. I want to know what the emoting is.
She's thinking, and then I think she's going to pull her vault out of her pocket to grab the kuragane from the vault.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you produce it. Fukumaru just kind of nods along. Also, by the way, I should point this out. I'm not doing a very feminine voice for Fukumaru. She looks like a woman, though she's covered, in mostly in Tengu stuff. That is an intentional call. Her name is supposed to be kind of a weird gender blender name in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I was using Kichi Hogan, but like more gender neutral. So
a little bit, yeah. Because Fuka is a feminine name, but Maru is a name you often add to masculine names.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, you've got your, you produce the kuragane from the vault. The little door in space opens, and you just pull out a sword, and she just kind of nods along. Come.
All right.
Or do
Let's
you
not have
always
space for this.
give your opponents such a time to strike?
This is a formal exchange, isn't it?
You're just being. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
No, you're fair. You're right. I've just.
Her response to that is, you can't see her smile because, again, the lower half of her face is covered by, a Tengu bird mask. But her eyes show the smile. She just kind of tilts her head a little at you, kind of just, like, mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure it is.
So, but just to clarify, like in this exact spot right here, or over where I go?
She is literally standing, arms open, and is like, "Strike me."
My question is the heroic ability count as magic in this case?
No, but can you do it again?
You have to-
I have
guess you have more than one per session.
I have more than one uses. I have at
Okay.
least 2 or 3.
I mean, if you want to get in there. That is not explicitly magical. She was telling you not to buff yourself because technically you were augmented last time.
Oh yeah, sure. This time this is all just in Leona, so it's sort of just like
Sure.
focusing. It's like I will spend the point, but like
Yeah. We know.
D1's down.
You got
So
you have had 2 left. You will have 1 left. But we
Yeah.
are probably not going because I know Dallas has to leave soon. We are probably not going past this round of testing.
yeah. And it draws the blade.
All right.
And with inhales, and as she inhales, just goes to a strike.
This is a melee attack. She's adversary
Yes.
2 and has 1 melee defense.
Okay. Make sure I have the right. I moved it away.
Time to see if D1 is working.
I'll give it a shot, but otherwise I'll use the dice roller. So. Oh,
He's
it
back.
is.
Lives.
So it's
Morticia finally
2
raised
reds
from
and
the
a
dead.
setback, and I
Oh, I've been here the entire time. Didn't have much to say.
2-5 because I'm ignoring one of those reds and one of those blacks.
I mean, you didn't even need to do that because you succeeded. Are you saying you wish to inflict more damage with this strike?
No, I would like to ignore. I'd like to ignore the threat to make it more showy.
Okay, sure. You want more advantage for more showy. All right. Yeah, so you unsheathe. There's a moment where you feel like she's about to say something about like, oh, so you just, unsheathe your sword and don't strike. And then you go for the double hand strike and just at the last possible second, clap, catches it. But she's got one of those very tall, like Onmyoji type hats.
Mhm.
It just is cut in twain and falls to the floor. And she just kind of says, well, you successfully killed my hat.
Unfortunate.
No, it's very fortunate. Good. Let's drop your sword. As probably the rest of you see as Leona probably like looks away a little, like sheath her blade or put it back in the vault. She does kind of like the shaking hands out gesture, Ooh, spicy catch.
There was a there's probably a moment, like a brief moment of them having to like stop herself from trying to go for a second strike, just out of impulse. It puts it away.
Your sword work is good. For someone who speaks of formality, it's a little rough, but it's more about intent than others. Good, good. Who will come next? You have passed 1 test.
Sure, why not?
What was that,
What
Dallas?
test would you put forth for me?
Okay, yeah, just say. Peers at you, strokes mask. I know the sort. You seem like, despite your odd stature, a resilient sort.
Yes.
A flexible sort. Very well, then. I know only one way to spend this time. And she just claps her hands, sits down, and suddenly, clack. There's a little, short table in front of her. Clack, clack.
Oh boy.
Jar of sake, 2 cups. Come, drink with me.
It will be my pleasure.
Yeah, so you have to sit on the floor, obviously, because it's a tiny Japanese-style table. She says, have you ever played a game of cups before? As she's doing
Can't say that I
flawlessly.
have.
Pour one. Traditional, by the way, Japanese-style, Longu-style sake cups. Sets the mug aside. It's very simple. We both drink. Whoever has to stop drinking first loses.
I see. And what check would this be?
Resilience.
Okay.
This is basically contested, so the difficulty goes up by 1 every time. We're gonna start it easy, and we're just gonna see who flubs it first.
Alright. Okay, resilience. Let me check what my resilience is.
So hers will be. Nope, it's one too many yellows. There we go.
Oh, well, she has a better check than I do. Oh, I forgot to press roll.
Yes, you need to roll.
Nope, that's one too many yellows.
It's okay to do that myself.
The answer is me.
Yes. Wow. On the first drink.
Yes.
So yeah, you just go to sip, and she just effortlessly, with her mask still on, maintaining eye contact with Morticia the entire time, just slams back this cup of sake. Morticia, you've probably never had rice wine before. You were probably expecting like a different flavor or
fun
feel.
fact,
Yeah.
Mortis nor Morticia have ever drank alcohol before in their life.
Yeah. So you just are like completely unprepared, and just you rolled some advantage, so you don't like get insta drunk or like pass out or anything. You are, normally resistant to poisons anyway, but like you absolutely do not take this drink well. You get your first taste and sip and just oh, burns a little.
So it's like Dallas with sake.
Yeah.
Fucking hate sake. Sorry.
It's okay. And it's probably a specific taste.
I've had some. It's not great either.
So yeah, Fukumaru just, nods at you and says, "Indeed, you have not played a game of cups. We shall not learn anything further from this challenge." And just kind of, with a twirl of her outer cloak, it's gone. So that is, you have succeeded on one of the tests I have given you just now, and failed one. Let us see if we cannot get a third. You! Points at Ryahn.
What
I like
test
your
do you
hat
have
sense.
prepared for me? Thank you. God tips it.
For you, let us play a game of wits and letters. We shall partake in a little discussion. A critique, if you will. I can produce any
Excellent.
number of objects that would suit your fashion. We must work on taking apart the criticisms, the arguments of the other, but you must always bring up a new point. There can be any amount of discussion, criticism, thinly veiled insults, but any repeated comment is disallowed, and failure to raise a new point is a forfeit. And I can produce any object you wish to critique. Even perhaps myself, if you wish to be so bold as to make this personal.
I could totally make this personal.
You could, but this is not a test for you.
I know. I want to give Ryahn and some encouragement, give him an idea, but I can't. God damn it.
Well, this will be technically this will be a basically pocket social conflict. The goal is to inflict strain on the other one, and through whatever rules, but to like I said, keep it fresh, keep it alive.
Well, then, how about this then? As Ryan will pull out a Rubian tea leaf. I hear there's plenty of teas from your country. Plenty to draw comparisons about.
Of course. She will reach out to take the tea leaf to examine it, if you'll allow.
Yeah.
And then she kind of looks at it, kind of wafts it, and then just kind of claps her hand again, and the tea leaf turns into a cup of hot Red Mountain tea, which we lay on a a short column or plinth that you're sure wasn't there before. Fairy stuff's weird. We're really playing with the space here. The animators are just throwing all kinds of extra objects in there. And she, bows over the cup to you and says, "Well, since this was your item, why don't you go first?" And obviously, don't have to be specific about what thoughts you got in here. I don't want to challenge everybody to super improv, but roll out your appropriate socialer checks to inflict strain.
Right.
And attempt to win over the argument.
Ryahn will just go start his argument with the taste. Best served warm, of course, and go from there. I guess presence charm will be used.
All right, yeah.
Extol the virtues of tea.
I believe that is still... obviously the easiest is, coercion for strain infliction, but I believe that you can do a lot of stuff different with social encounters. Skill checks.
Difficulty?
Yes, that is going to be opposed. So what's charm against? Where's that chart?
I believe cool.
Skills? Yes, it is in skills. Charm. Cool. Okay. Her cool rating is... no points in cool, so it's just presence 4. So it will be daunting.
Oh boy. All right, 2 success, 1 threat.
All right. Well, you take a strain back, but you will inflict 2 in turn. And you don't really... Oh, actually, I'll check the chart. Social chart. Yeah, I don't think you've got any. There's a funny one for 1 threat to be distracted for a second, but I don't think that actually will mechanically derail you. So, we'll go with the 1 strain. So she kind of, nods and nods along. And then we're gonna hit you back with. It'll be a coercion roll, which I think is opposed by your discipline.
Okay.
How much discipline do you have?
That is going to be.
All right. We will wrap up after
be
this.
2 red.
2 red. Okay, so she rolls her coercion pool against 2 reds. So it's fairly balanced because she's rolling yellow, yellow, green, green. Not a lot of coercion. Good willpower. And she will, basically study the tea for a second, take in the aroma, and nod, acquiesce to a couple of your finer points about taste. And then I'll roll it out and see where our argument goes, I think. Okay, just 2 success. You suffer 2 strain.
Okay.
Be sure to let me know if at some point you hit half your strain threshold.
All right.
We'll start there so we don't have to necessarily go to the knockdown drag out of absolutely bullying each other into the ground.
Well, I believe social encounters at half you're supposed to be able to compromise
yes,
or something
make a compromise,
like that.
Yeah. So we're doing a little bit of a baby social encounter. So she kind of nods and says, "Very well, you have fine points about taste. But of course, I must ask, about the limitations, the time taken." And basically goes into kind of a lengthy, probably not super lengthy, but a very detailed breakdown of the process it actually takes to prep tea leaves for use in tea and all the labor involved. And kind of be like, wouldn't it be much simpler to devise some other method? And kind of, passes back to you.
Okay. See.
I'm kind of sick
Ryahn
of
will
that.
begin to discuss the expenses, and in very, very like methodical, mercantile terms, like telling what the percentage is of Rubian's like GDP is made from the tea and stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I'm using negotiations.
Yeah, I'm about to say, are you trying to get a negotiation check? Yeah, that'll be opposed by her negotiation, which is, again, none. So it's just 4 presents.
4 presents, jeez.
Yeah.
I have a little better roll on this one though.
You're probably not going to get her willpower and presence are both 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 3
All right.
success. But 2 threat. Okay, so she's at 5, going up there. What I was going to say earlier was that I was a little sad that Morticia stepped up for that challenge. I would have loved to do that drinking contest with Porter, because I bet Porter could probably slam back a few.
Probably not. I have no resilience and only 3 brawn.
Oh, okay, actually.
Like I said, if you notice, Porter has not agreed to a challenge.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he goes, wait a minute, why are we accepting a challenges when we're going down there anyway? And if we don't go help us, she's gonna be stuck here. It's like she's playing a game rather than challenging us.
Yeah. She went. I will say this without any need to roll anything, especially as Ryahn is engaged in a back and forth discussion with her. This does seem like a genuine attempt to measure your mettle.
Mm-hmm.
Porter, you are probably right in the fact that she would probably let you go down there and deal with this problem anyway. You know? It's just that actually wants to see how far you can go, and if you suck, you'll get eaten by Gyuki. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. So no, Porter is just like, no, this challenge is actually useless.
It's about her approval.
We don't need her approval. We're going down anyway.
Well, Porter says we don't need her approval, but Leona thinks I need approval from a cool Tengu woman. She asked me about swords. I would like to ask Ryahn, what is your flaw? To remind you the group.
Yeah.
What your flaw is.
Flaw is it's down after all the experience.
As the GM.
Do you mean weakness or fear?
I believe weakness is what your flaw. That's flaw.
Okay, because there's strength, weakness, desire, and fear. So,
Okay.
weakness is doubt.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yes. All right. So you rattle all this info off, just off the cuff, trying to set things up in a very mercantile way. How valuable the tea is, what it's its effect on your economy is, and everything. But there are a couple of moments where probably not you don't stutter or anything, but you falter, you lose the rhythm, and you kind of show that natural self-doubting quality you have, and Fukumaru absolutely picks up on it. Kind of nods along. Yes. Sorry, I'm double checking. Because there's stuff when you use the things. Yeah, okay. So she will kind of, nod, take it into account, and say, well, indeed, the tea is valuable. But should it be so valuable? Should this be so intense on your people's economy, their culture? After all, tea is not native to your lands. And kind of again, tries to needle at you, call into question, this one is getting a little far afield. It's less about the tea, but it's more about your theoretical attachment to this tea. But she's gonna get in there a little, and like I said, she's gonna gonna needle on your doubts to add a boost die to this. I still get just 2 successes. Take another 2 strand. All right. I wish I was rolling some advantages or some threats, so some funny stuff would happen, but I'm GMing, so we don't. By the way, social encounters are structured, but they don't follow like a strict initiative system. If any of you did want to float Ryahn a little something or a little help, you can, try that. You probably should not engage in the argument directly, but there could be some room if you wanted to, like, suggest some stuff as he takes a moment to ponder his next argumentation.
I think.
Well,
sorry, I just had a funny thought. I was going to say, well, you could have Uchiwata appear and play him some dramatic debate music. Don't do that. Don't actually do that. One, I don't know if Uchiwata would do that in this moment. But
No,
two,
I think
also,
I think he'd be a bit afraid of the Tengu lady, or the Tengu, because I feel like people would be like, oh, great, madam, sir. Never mind. Goodbye. I just need to stumble himself for a bit.
if Ryahn kind of does the side look for help, I'll weigh in, but
Actually, more than anything, he looks like he's almost about to attack the Tengu.
Huh?
Like something she just said pissed him the fuck off. But he like kind of takes a deep breath. And he'll reciprocate with another negotiation, this time talking about the costs to import rather than grow it locally. Or maybe he'll just talk about the cost of not necessarily talk about the growing locally, but talk about the cost of importing compared to the cost of local grown. Like, I don't know.
it's true.
He's not talking so much about the growing it, but like just the cost of it.
Yeah.
So he's not reiterating too as much.
Yeah.
And
you discuss the concept of importing, because that is actually kind of, like, at the very least it's time consuming. You have to come all the way down.
I did that in the wrong channel. Ah!
Yeah, it happens.
Let's try to use the story point in the armor core.
And he's
thread.
not set. He doesn't have anything. All right, I'll clean up.
There's.
That'll be our last point for the night, unless I spend one getting back. Which I might. I don't know. I'd really like to roll some advantage or some threats or something.
I think I'm the only person who hasn't spent one tonight.
Yeah. Leona used 2 for her ability 2 times. Ryahnn's using for an upgrade, I assume?
Yeah, upgrade.
Yeah. And Mortis might want to do a thing.
Oh, failed.
Failure. Yeah. All right. Okay, you try and formulate, a reasonable about like the level of importing and whatever, but you're still, like you said, a little distracted from something. As she just kind of, leans back, looks a little across her mask and says, I didn't specify this before, but if, for instance, you were driven to physically strike me, that would be forfeiting the argument, as obviously you'd lost your grasp of words. But she kind of nods and on. You're talking a lot about economics, a lot of procedure and businesses die, understand little and care even less. And let's go ahead and story D. We'll spend a point to flip back, so you guys got one just in case. Ski will turn one of her greens into a yellow, and she will once again, kind of get in there and say, but we must discuss the spiritual concept of tea. Obviously, you are interested in the flavor, you're interested in the monetary benefits, but do you understand the soul of the tea? The gentle flavor, the procedure, obviously I did this rapidly with the element of magic, but, there's a ceremony involved. Kind of gives Leona an aside glance and waggle of the head. This is the part where I somehow... No, okay, well, 3 success, take 3 more strain.
Okay.
All right. And I just had this chart. There it is. Okay. No, let's add a boost to her next check, because I don't want to be spending that to recover strain, because that would turn this into way too long for no reason. So yeah, she gets in there pretty good. Slams your jam. Dallas continuing to fade in and out of existence.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be done after this round, so if people need to go, they probably
Yeah.
could.
Yes, indeed. Because I totally don't consume the tea at all. I know nothing of the preparation. I can see this argument. I'm 1 away from half, so I'm just going to concede at this point. So.
All right. So she kind of is a little surprised, but kind of nods and leans back and says, I did catch your sarcasm, by the way. I want to make it clear. I understand you drink the tea, but you should talk to your friend about ceremony sometime. It's very interesting. But conceding, yes. A bold choice. Excellent. You should drink the tea. She kind of holds up the still steaming cup.
Ryahn will drink the tea.
All right, you can have a couple of strain back. Before we even get into the stuff. And she says, very interesting prospect. That means that of the tests I've given you just now, you have succeeded at 1 and failed at 2. But if we consider that earlier taking on the Basan is kind of like a test. It is, after all, a task I meant to undergo myself. You succeeded with quite a plum. And that kind of makes it even, don't you think? 2 and 2.
It is. Porter will step up here. And so with 2 and 2, I would ask that I would suggest a final challenge.
Oh, you have something in mind, sir.
Yes. Porter is going to pull out a single coin. A challenge of luck.
Yeah. God, I wish I could give you guys bennies or something. It's good. She just kind of looks at the coin, looks at you, and says, truly to chance, then. Well, at the very least, this amuses me.
As I'm sure the rest of the challenges did as well.
I mean, I would have preferred a longer round of drinking, but yes, your friend's inability to consume sake was amusing. Dallas managed to come back. It's okay. We're probably gonna you're gonna have a dungeon after this. We'll probably call it anyway. But yeah, just kind of leans up from the sake. Why are there 4 porters? This gets more amusing by the moment. But yes, I accept a challenge of chance, of luck.
Alrighty. So, the rules are quite simple. I flip the coin, you call it, I catch it, I see what it is. If you call it correctly, you win the challenge. If you call... Wait, no, excuse me. No, I'll flip the coin to her. And it says, you flip the coin, I'll call it, you catch it. If I'm right, then luck is on my side. And if not, Porter shrugs.
Simple. Straightforward. Very well.
We Porq kinda are.
An esteemed strength. Well, so she'll go to flip it, having called the challenge. Is there... I think it's weird to ask this one. Is there some way that Porter intends to influence the outcome of this? Or do I need to actually go find a coin to flip?
I have a coin on me.
I'm not surprised by that at all. But yeah, I'm asking
I have
Lucky
coins in my wallet. My wallet's right
if
here.
Porter has anything to go for this.
Oh.
Or is this truly to see what wicked fate remains?
Sorry, I'm thinking. I am.
Coin punch in the mouth.
I was thinking of
Just fucking body checking her.
I mean,
I
not gonna
challenge you to a
lie,
cook-off.
during the debate, I was thinking of casting silence on her.
Once again,
oh,
only Leona
what-
likes this person.
Oh no, I like her, but I see a trickster when I see one.
Yeah, Porter has probably. I mean, I'll give it away because it doesn't matter. If Ryahn had gotten enough advantage to like actually get at her strength and flaw. Like clearly this Tengu is very, very learned in both a metaphysical sense and of just like actual like practical natures of the world, despite her comment about not giving a shit about human economics, but very clearly full of herself. I would like to remind you, she introduced herself as Dai Tengu.
Yep, great Tengu.
She's not a
No,
Kurama, is she?
Morticia actually does like all three of her. Morticia just wishes it was a challenge that she actually had a skill point.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so
Oh, I know.
when the coin goes up, I'm going to reach into my pocket and throw a bunch of gold coins into the air.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a. We'll call it an easy coordination check because this is not difficult. I just want to see if you can do it absolutely fast enough before like she can object or respond in any way.
Okay. Okay.
Also, you should probably call a heads or tails as you do that as well.
Yes, I will. I'm spending the last story point.
Fair enough.
I will also say that I was imaging the dumb thing of what you do with Dante and something is the
I'm an
two-sided
idiot.
coin.
Spend or just story
You know,
exclamation story.
Because I
I'm
think it's like
thinking
the thing
that-
of like Dante has is like the a two-headed coin.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Oh, I would have just done heads, I win, tails, you lose.
Yeah, I know.
I was seriously wondering if Porter would do that trick, but I think that's a little too mean-spiritedly cunning for him.
Yeah. No.
This is a different sort of brute force cunning.
Yes. But okay. Can
And
I...
brutal,
It's brutal cunning.
just like Mork.
Yes.
Or Porq.
Can I get an assist from Grandpa?
I'm
Actually, wait. Actually,
not
wait.
sure
Actually,
how.
wait. Can Leona toss coins instead?
No.
Okay.
No, that would require pre-playing that you guys did not do, and you were out of story points to retcon.
Oh my god. Because it's funny. I don't even want this to count for an assist. Can I quick draw my blunderbuss that shoots gold coins and fire it into the air?
No, none of you know my plan.
Damn it.
Yeah, you could do that after Porter throws, but this is the check for the throw.
Okay, yeah,
No, I
I'm
do
gonna
not
do
think
that
that. By the way,
after Porter throws.
I do not think that Grandpa can assist you.
God damn it. Okay, I'm trying to. Do I just want to spend points of coordination right now?
I mean, hypothetically, if you've got EXP, yeah, you can do that.
I mean, you could spend like 5 or 15, I guess.
Fuck it, I'll spend
It
15.
would have to be. Is coordination a stat for you? A skill?
I believe I get it from Oracle. Let me double check.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
Oh, if it's a career skill, yeah, then you can dump a lot into it if you want.
15 to get you 2 in there, yeah.
I'll just dump the 15 in there.
There you go. You have coordination too.
I'm a little bit.
I was thinking about it earlier.
Oh, thank God. This was the right choice.
Yeah. So you reach in and ding, just throw up another handful of coins, like another probably like a handful for you is probably like a dozen gold coins.
Yep.
And just what do you call as they go up?
Heads.
Shing! And all the coins go up. And there's like a moment as you know you go for the pocket and the throw, and the Tengu Fukumaru just catches your eye, and then in this like it feels like this moment like simultaneously lasts a long time, but also it can't last long at all because the coins are just up in the air and everybody else is looking up. She just looks at you, gives you a wink, and then the coins, ting, all clatter to the floor. Actually, no, it's much funnier if she just whips out her hands and just catches all of them. She kind of holds them in a stack and just kind of takes her top hand off, leans the stack forward. You see that heads is on the top. Very well, Sir Porter. You have bested me in a contest of fate. She kind of like passes you back all your coins, but kind of, folds her arms and nods sagely. But of course, against the likes of you, the Scions chosen, a contest of fate is no contest at all.
Much like will just yell out, "Party!" and then shoot off gold coins into the air.
That's all.
And then fall unconscious again.
Whether I am chosen,
You know what, I do like this one.
Whether I am chosen or not, fate is what we make of it and how we act upon it. Much how like we are going down, regardless of your approval and our ways.
Lady Parisa kind of finally, after all of this, chaos has gone on in front of her. Yeah. Kind of, stands from her dais and nods her head, very deeply and sagely herself and says, very well. You, both of my groups of honored guests, have sufficiently tested each other's mettle. We have exchanged pleasantries, and the travelers of the many paths wish to go below. Thus, I must say to my word, and I shall take you to where we may access the heart of the island.
Gotta spend my experience real quick.
And she just kind of, flicks her dress and starts descending her dais and walks out in front of you. And I think that is where we will. Actually, I don't know. If Dallas is back, we can go for a little bit longer. What's my time on this?
I don't have long time. I don't have long.
Okay, all right. I was just gonna see to set up a. No, this is a good enough cliffhanger. I'll save my other box text for next time. But yeah, there you go. Okay, let's see. You have defeated the Basan. You have gone through Fukumaru's tests, which, as I said, were technically already pre-rigged in your favor. She had already given you a free point for the Basan without telling you. That's why I said specifically the tests she issued you were at a certain score. But yeah, so you've gone through all that. And also in general, you guys were good. I liked you guys today. You spicy. You got some stuff. Got some moves. Let's call that another 5. We'll call that 15.
Cool. I made up my coordination spend.
Yeah.
Oh, I needed that.
Morticia has learned that she's a lightweight.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna get my
I
dedication.
think probably like as she like pats you on the back, she's gonna actually hold on. Let me double check some of our Tengu items.
Let's see, we did. I guess we only did like 3 big things, yeah.
Yeah. We were a little speedy, and it probably shouldn't have, but I was checking the timer. I think in the lead up to before we actually like started exchanging our first round of blows on the Basan, that was like 40 minutes before we actually started attacking.
Wow.
I'm not quite sure where that time went. And obviously in the audio version it'll be a little slimmer, but there was a little bit of wiggly waggly discussion in there. But yeah, so it's 15. Yeah, no. Morticia didn't actually. I don't think.
And all I can say, Dallas, is it's better that you did that drinking contest than Ryahn.
That's true. At least I have Brawn 3.
And a point of resilience.
Yeah, this is the second time I have challenged your resilience, and I'm learning that you guys are weak to poison.
No, I'm not weak to poison.
Well, yeah, no, you are literally not weak to poison, but that's how you got out of the Rafflesia
alcohol.
AoE bomb. Yeah.
Isn't alcohol poison?
No, it shouldn't be considered a poison. It should be considered a venom.
All right,
Because it
I'm going
poisons
to
your
stop.
bloodstream.
I'm going to stop down the recording now. Thank you everybody for tuning in. And next time, these guys will challenge Terra Island's Dark Heart with an exclamation point.
That's what that was.
Did
I'm
we
just
suddenly
imagining. I'm just
enter a
imagining
pirate
the
adventure?
1920s fucking monster movies font.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm imagining like the fucking Muppet Treasure Island intro card.
Anyway, I am going to stop the recording.